Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ohsweken Speedway Friday Night Excitement on G-Force TV. I'm Greg Kelden. With me, Adam Ross, trackside Clinton Jeffrey, as it is community night here at the Speedway, celebrating the Six Nations community. All brought to you tonight by Six Nations Tourism and the Six Nations Group. Beautiful night for racing, and we have been very fortunate so far this year, Adam, with great weather on Friday nights. We can't say the same thing for our friends at the Saturday night tracks, but we're 3 for 3 and looking forward to a big night with the Empire Super Sprints in town.
We've got 70 sprint cars here tonight between the two classes. Unbelievable car counts. Of course, our fender classes are going to be a ton of fun as well. Great night of racing.
That it is, and these ESS drivers are going to be chasing that guy we saw on the Creekside Construction screen there just for a moment. Dylan Westbrook starts the season off 2 in a row, but you've got the outside invaders in town in the ESS looking to knock him off the top podium, and we'll see what happens. A big weekend for the Empire Super Sprints here tonight, down at Brighton Speedway tomorrow night.
And I believe this is the practice. We haven't seen the mini stocks on track just yet, so this is their hot lap session. Fun thing about mini stocks, you got some new and you've got some old. Mike Evers in that blue 265. You know, 25 years of coming to the races, and you can recognize that car. Nick Erskine has a lot of friends with springtime birthdays.
Who is it this week?
Well, it's Phoenix. I don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's Phoenix celebrating a 19th birthday this week.
So hot laps right now for the mini stocks, and then we'll get into our qualifying heats for, I believe they're going to kick things off with the Middleport Mechanical Thunder stocks. Although it looks like we have another group of mini stocks in the chute there for a hot lap session. I think it's a little bit later with practice and hot laps here tonight, as it was timed hot laps, of course, as always, for the crate sprints and the 360s. The 360s following the ESS format tonight, breaking them up into different flights. So,
well, Dave Hunsinger bought a new hat, and he was modeling it as though he was on a catwalk, and I think that is what delayed practice.
That is quite the hat. I don't even know where you buy it. It's looking like Temu to me.
I hope it was a 5-finger discount.
Ba-dum-bunch. Yes.
There are 5 fingers on the hat.
There are. It's good for saluting or blocking the sun out of your eyes. So, second group of instant insulation mini stocks onto the racetrack. We've got mini stocks tonight along with our Middleport Mechanical Thunder stocks, the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division, and, of course, the Empire Super Sprints here tonight.
Doug Erskine had mechanical issues last week. So did Tristan Da Silva. So that car had to be rebuilt from last year. And I'm trying to remember how the story went. But the car quit. And Tristan tried putting it into neutral to getting it to start. It wouldn't. He had to stop, figure out how to get it into park, start it again. And boy, did he have a great drive coming back through the field.
That was a good comeback run there last week for Tristan Da Silva. Ken Hare was the victor last week. They had some questions in post-race inspection, but everything got cleared up, and he continued on to win last year's Art Hill Memorial winner, picking up his first win of 2026.
Was that the official verdict? I know there was some back and forth on it after the races. And what was interesting to me, and I don't know what the final decision was, but I know it was a number of competitors who said, no, this is the trouble with mini stocks is if you've got a 2002 Ford Mustang you're running as a mini stock, well, there was 10 different trim levels you could buy with it. So there's a catalog of parts that are appropriate to that car. And I wouldn't want to have to keep up with it.
No. So that concludes our hot lap sessions for the evening. We see Clinton Jeffrey down there trackside in the Wildcards Odyssey machine. And we'll hear from him a little bit later on as Tristan Da Silva heads to the pit area, and we get ready for our night of racing, again brought to you by Six Nations Tourism and the Six Nations Group.
There will be a couple of minutes before we see our first qualifier onto the racetrack. It was supposed to be crate sprints opening the program, but they had some issue with their lineup and realized there had been some mistakes in the systems. They're sorting that out. And I thought they had called Thunderstocks to be the first set of heats, but there is nothing back there. So,
well, Adam, it's one of those deals where, you try and bring up another group to save time, and it ends up just being a bigger time problem. All these drivers know what groups they're in. We're having a bit of issue getting the lineups out to them, but we should be ready to go and expect them here on the track shortly.
So far this year, 2 great nights of racing, and we've got plenty coming up for you, as now would be a great time to even look at our Carmen's Group upcoming event. I'll give Spencer a minute to get that on the screen, but have a look. I know next week, this is long awaited. We have not had autograph nights in a number of years. In fact, it's pre-pandemic, and that comes up next week, and it's Slack Lumber and Bucks by Tetra bringing us Contractors Night. Plus, it's the Fan Fest series, and we'll talk about that later on, starting next week. Also, Superheroes and Princesses Night, and there's some surprises with that. We don't want to spoil all of that, but that's going to be a big night next week. Autographs and Duel on the Dirt home track race number 2 for the Thunders and Minis. And then in a couple of weeks' time, Plastic Auto Recyclers, Braemar Buildings presents the Southern Ontario Sprints along with vintage cars and our other regular divisions. And then on June the 19th, Instant Installation, Stars Gaspar presents the first of our big events for our different divisions this year, the Art Hill Memorial and Duel on the Dirt Mini Stock combined race. So we'll see no doubt some outsiders in for that big event on June the 19th. Check out www.ohswekenspeedway.ca for more info. That's a look at your upcoming events, courtesy of the Carmen's Group.
Spencer, how long will it take you to pull up one of the features? We got a list of drivers' features up here. I think tonight would be a good night to show off. Let's hear from Broden Weiler. He took last week off. He was driving a push truck last week. It was prom weekend. Actually, Spencer, never mind. The cars are rolling back there, so I can picture octopus arms down there in the trailer. 3 of them are giving me the finger, and the other 5 were trying to figure out how to pull up that Broden Weiler feature.
Well, boys, we got the Fan Fest Championship next week. I got the hardware here. 2 gorgeous belts we got from Arm Championship belts. So how it's going to work is the Mini Stock and Thunder Stock winner next week are going to take away these gorgeous 24-karat gold belts. They are beautiful here. So how it's going to work is each autograph night, they'll get the belts. They'll get to hold on that to the next autograph night. And at the end of all 3 autograph nights, the driver with the most points gets to keep these gorgeous belts at the banquet. How about that, boys? Some awesome hardware.
That is some great-looking hardware. Love the concept, love the idea, well executed. There you've got a great overhead look at, that is the kart track. It's where we run the Outlaw karts and the karts on Thursday night, also where we push off the sprint cars. And it is as wide and racy as the big Ohsweken Oval.
And it kicks off with their regular race nights next Thursday night. And as you can see, there's plenty of room down there, a chance to watch on Thursday nights as well. You're welcome to join. If you've got a youngster maybe looking to get into motorsports, this is a great opportunity to come check it out and see what it takes to be involved in our Outlaw Kart division. Name change this year, and just want to mention that as well. Went from the micro sprints to the Outlaw Karts. It goes hand in hand more with what other tracks are running, so we'll see that also on our live stream. We'll see that Thursday night as Mac and Jack take care of that and all the broadcasts right here on G-Force TV.
As we're looking at that, what is that river?
It's top secret.
I didn't know a river ran through it. Things you learn.
Don't ask.
Cars coming onto the racetrack, and we will introduce them to you as we see them come by. Because we have not been provided the lineups, but in fairness, the scorers have been busy.
Well, you could look on my race pass.
You trust it?
No, but I trust it more than you.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh, I see. It's one of those nights.
Okay, let's.
Here's how they'll line up. Tom Pellizzari to Cortland on the pole. And McDeman out of Mississauga on the outside of the front row. Al Slate from St. Catharines, the 2S, starts third. Jesse Costa in the 52 from St. Thomas, he'll start fourth. Fifth is Cam McKinnon. He's in the 85C at Wayne Fleet. Logan Schwedek from Scotland in the 53 starts sixth. Johnny Miller, the Iceman from Six Nations in the 20 starts seventh. And eighth will be Brian Nanakoke in the 9C from Ohsweken. Top 5 transfer. I think they're just waiting for a couple of more cars to get pushed out on the racetrack here. And in exchange for me doing that one, I'll give you one of the heats in the 3.
I knew what you were doing. I think we just received proper pronunciation, if I'm not mistaken. I saw
from Dave Bradley. But yeah, I got Dave Bailey and Dave Bradley stuck in my mind.
Guys, I just want to talk about a new qualifying situation here. So they run timed hot laps as they clean it out here. We might want to let them get by here, but so the fast timer in each group gets back to 4th place. That's Jesse Costa. And the 2nd place in the groups will line up on the pole. If they can both maintain their positions or go forward, obviously Pellizzari can't go forward, but if he holds on to the win, he will go to the redraw, and if Jesse Costa can run 4th or better, he will go to the redraw. Should either of them drop back a spot, it'll go to the 1st and 2nd, guys.
And it's easier to follow than it sounds, but I'll let Greg explain it when the time comes.
Green flag up in the air for the first race of the night, brought to you by Six Nations Tourism. And the Six Nations group is off they go through 1 and 2. It's all Tom Pellizzari.
Pellizzari, you found a lot of speed late last season. He's looking sporty here early in 2026 as well. He'll lead the way with McDeman settling into the 2nd spot. Al Slate, and that number 2 running in 3rd with Jesse Costa 4th.
Here's DJD Graphic qualifying heats. There's 4 of them in total for the Crate Sprint Car Division. Tom Pellizzari leading the way. The highlight man, McDeman. Al Slate running in 3rd. Jesse Costa, what a start to the year he has had, running in that 4th spot right now, but the fastest time in qualifying tonight.
Here's where the story comes in, though. Logan Schwedek looking good up on the high side. If he can get around Jesse Costa, it bumps Costa out of the redraw. Because Jesse Costa, fastest in practice, as long as he holds position 4th or better, he's in the redraw. But if he falls to 5th, all bets are off.
Schwedek running a nice line on the outside. Now Costa's going to go up there and try and get around Al Slade. He'll try to get the run off of corner number 2. He'll draw alongside, and he'll get ahead of him just down into corner number 3. Slate continuing to battle on the bottom.
Out in front is still Pellizzari. And McDeman 1-2. Costa up to 3rd. Slate 4th. Final transfer right now is Logan Schwedek as Johnny Miller gets to the inside at Cam McKinnon. Right now, Miller's got a lot of ground to make up. Only 2 laps to do it.
It's all Tom Pellizzari doing exactly what he needs to do right now. Holding McDeman back there, and look at Jesse Costa. He'll now move past the Bar Motorsports number 4 into the 2nd position. He's got that D&O towing number 52 on a rail. Mobile 1 white flag is out.
Final time around, Pellizzari down low. Here comes Jesse Costa with a run off of turn number 2.
Corner 4 they come. Costa with one more chance to try and get the heat race win. He'll do the crossover, but Pellizzari gets the win over Costa. And then it's McDeman, Al Slate, and Logan Schwedek, your top 5. Great run by Tom Pellizzari again, showing that he has arrived in the Crate Sprint Car Division.
He certainly has. Looking great out there. Jesse Costa looked like he was settling into 4th spot, then went up to the outside, started making some moves, and makes it all the way to challenge for the lead on the final lap to come up just short.
Creative Edge starting lineups continue on. 2nd qualifying heat brought to you by DJD Graphics. Adam with the starting lineup.
On the pole will be the 36 of Jeremy May. Alongside him, the 27H is Nico Hansen. Row 2 on the inside, Mikey Krutchka in the 01K. Corey Whittam starting 4th in the 55. Was Corey Whittam the fastest in his hot lap group? Starting third, Brett Stratford in the BS 39. Fourth is the 51, Trevor Young. Sorry, sixth is the 51, Trevor Young. My goodness, I'm having a stroke. Sixth, Brett Stratford's fifth in the BS 39. Seventh, the 45, Curtis Gartley. Eighth is Ryan Fraser in the 94, with Logan Ferguson in the 89L rounding out the field.
Did you need me to do the math?
Boy, no, I'm still not introducing that sprint car heat.
It just gets a little tricky when some of the Quebec drivers come to town and you've never heard of their town names before. Plus, you've got to add the French pronunciation. That's where we need Dave Bradley. He is the expert.
Well, he sent us a voice file. So
there we go. Can we work that into the broadcast?
Mikey Krutchka immediately to the inside of Jeremy May. They'll drag race down the back straightaway. May trying to close the door, pinch Krutchka down to the inside. He will do so and lead lap number 1.
Beautiful car there for Jeremy May in that 36 machine, the Matt Cotools ride. Leading over the J&E recovery rides of Mikey Krutchka and Nico Hansen. As they work off of corner 4 another time, Jeremy May continuing to lead.
Nico Hansen racing with his teammate, Mikey Krutchka. Krutchka holding on to that second spot. Trevor Young to the inside of Brett Stratford. So Young in the 51 moves up to the 4th position. Stratford back to 5th in the BS 39.
Trevor Young's had some good speed this year.
He certainly has. Looking great out there, and you can see Stratford was struggling with the handle on that 39. It looks like it's coming back to him, but very hard to pass early in the night in this crate sprint division.
Halfway home, right behind this battle, is the flying farmer, I guess you would call him, Curtis Gartley. He's always late to the party as he has got his farming duties during the off season, but here he is in that 45 riding right behind these two drivers, Stratford and Young.
Trevor Young getting a little bit loose there in turn 4. Stratford trying to close in, but hasn't been able to do anything with him. Curtis Gartley looks to close in as well. Stratford again had that issue in turn 2 where he just loses forward bite.
2 laps left to go. It's all Jeremy May doing a nice job in that 36 ride. Krutchka holding down the second spot. Nico Hansen having a great 2026 as well. Showing a lot of speed, really getting a hold of these sprint cars.
You know, confidence is so important. Having Mikey Krutchka around, helping that crew. They made the team a little bit bigger, but there's a big difference in Nico Hansen this year. So for whatever the reason, things are looking great for that driver. Jeremy May takes the win over Krutchka. Hansen, Young, Stratford just holds off Curtis Gartley, Ryan Fraser, Corey Whittam, and Logan Ferguson.
Here's your winner of DJD Graphics qualifying heat number 2 of 4 here tonight.
Heat race number 3 going to roll out of the pits. Here's how they'll line up for this one on the pole. I'm going to try to get the order right. It goes 1 through 9. Think I can do it?
On you want to know the truth?
Yeah. The 50LS is Adrian Staley. Starting second, 14 of Larry Gledhill. Third in the 16X, it's Keegan Baker. Fourth, the 57C, Cooper Fritz. Fifth, 24A, AJ Lewis. Sixth is the 2M of Steve Murdoch. Seventh, Broden Weiler in the 14B. Eighth is the 88R of Riley Mercer, and rounding out the field, the 96 is Tyler LaFantasy.
So now if you hit that little list button at the top right, they'll give you the hometowns and the order that they...
Man, why do you just tell me this now?
I didn't realize you are 14 seasons into not knowing that.
They hand me a sheet of paper, I read what's on the list.
If someone's lost a set of keys, come on up to the tower. We have them here for you. A set of keys have been found. They're not vehicle keys, though, I can tell you that much. I think they're to Adam's bank deposit.
What
box.
is it? What does that say? They're attached to a
Keys found outside spectator gate.
Green is out on heat race number 3. Keegan Baker immediately looks to the inside of Staley. Larry Gledhill to the outside. They're 3 wide through turn 2.
Oh, contact. The left front's going to break on Larry Gledhill's number 14. He'll pull it to the infield. So he'll get out of harm's way. We'll stay under the green flag.
I'll take things that could have ended a lot worse for 500, Alex.
Big time.
Close quarters deep in the field with Tyler LaFantasy working on Cooper Fritz. Broden Weiler right there as well in the 14 out in front. It is all Keegan Baker with Steve Murdoch holding on to the second spot.
Come down to complete lap number 3. Keegan Baker leading the way, and the charge over Steve Murdoch in that 2M machine. Adrian Staley ways back now in the 3rd position, falling into the clutches of A.J. Lewis and Cooper Fritz.
Halfway through this one is Steve Murdoch closing in on Keegan Baker. Runs right in the tire tracks down into one, just about spins it out going into the corner. Look at the ground you lose. One mistake in these crate sprints cost you about 10 car lengths.
5 laps up on the board, 3 to go. Baker able to pull away now from Steve Murdoch as they race down the backstretch another time. Right now it's follow the leader in this qualifying heat as they come to 2 to go as they go by the Cedar Springs starter stand.
Cooper Fritz has the final transfer spot in the 57. Right behind him, Tyler LaFantasy trying to close that gap. Right now, Fritz would qualify into the feature event starting in about the 18th spot, and Tyler LaFantasy would have to go through the B main.
Number 1 white flag goes up in the air for Keegan Baker, holding off Steve Murdoch as they head down the backstretch for the final time. Staley solidly right now in that 3rd position.
Checkered flag in the air. Keegan Baker takes the win. Murdoch comes home in the 2nd spot. 3rd going to go to Adrian Staley, A.J. Lewis, Cooper Fritz. B-main bound are Tyler LaFantasy, Broden Weiler, and Riley Mercer.
3 qualifying heats complete. Clinton Jeffrey.
Well, here's the luck for Larry Gledhill, the way he kind of left us here. This guy had bad luck lately. And if you see, guys, this axle is bent back. This torsion arm should be on top here of the axle. It's pushed back. He got together with Cam Thompson. You can also see the steering bar is broken as well on that one, or bent up bad. So tough break for Larry here. He's one of the gentlemen in the deal, but just can't not seem to get a break. It was contact with Cam Thompson that appeared to just be a racing deal, and Larry will get the long tow back, guys.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Clint. Except it was Adrian Staley, but similar-looking cars. Just innocent-looking contact. Folded that front end. Heat race number 4 is going to line up like this. On the pole from Brantford. The 48 is Lance Erskine. Starting 2nd from Caledonia, the 9 is Liam Martin. 3rd out of St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. 4th from Mossley, the 3S is Austin Rose. 5th out of Hamilton, the 78 is Darren McLennan. 6th from Cambridge, 44, Connor Ross. Starting 7th from Hagersville, the 24K is Kiana Teal. 8th out of Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. And rounding out the field from Ohsweken, the 28T is Cam Thompson.
And that was Adam Ross proving that if you just keep on trying, you can accomplish anything you want.
I haven't made you disappear yet. It's a slow process. Coming for the green flag in the final crate sprint heat race of the night.
Lance Erskine, Liam Martin, wheel to wheel. Oh, one up and over. Ken Hamilton.
And Travis Hofstetter doing donuts. But I think he mostly avoided the bales down there.
Ken Hamilton's had his time on the side of his car, but this is probably one of the wildest crashes he's had.
he had mixed up with Austin Rose. Rose kind of squeezed down. Hamilton straightened up, then the car bicycled, and away it went.
Yeah.
And just clipped Travis Hofstetter. Thankfully, it didn't send Hofstetter's car flipping.
Travis dejected and angry over by the fence, as you can imagine. Ken Hamilton getting out of the Ken's Auto 69K here, up in turn number 1 and 2, guys, right at the apex. And he will walk off here. Nobody wants to talk to us tonight, but we understand.
No, for sure. And, you know, part of the challenge, and we got some drone footage here of Rose and Hamilton coming together. Connor Ross just slipped by on the outside. Darren McLennan slipping by on the inside. Kiana Teal, Cam Thompson doing what they needed to do. Greg, one of the challenges that we have in trying to tell the stories is racing is really, really hard. Mm-hmm. And a lot of our drivers make it look easy.
Yep.
And it doesn't take much to send things flipping. And these cars are volatile. They've got what's called open wheels, no fenders around. Clinton, what are you looking at down there?
Well, you got a broken up wheel here. The center's right out. You can see that one tore right out of that. He's got problems here on the back end of the car. The front end's got the axle tore out. Needs a new nose wing. All kinds of issues here on this 69K. So they're going to pick it up. He's also going to have to do some work on the Hofstetter number 2 as well, as just in case comes in here with Ziegler at the tillers. And we'll get it out of here. This Case IH machinery helps us clean up these sprint car wrecks so fast. We'll send it up to you guys and walk down and see what's up with Travis Hofstetter's machine.
And to the point that you've made before, Adam, these cars are not easy to just turn.
Right.
We're not talking a stock car here where you just jerk the wheel to the left and make it turn where you want it to go. There's a lot that's involved with the pedals and everything to turn these cars. So for Ken Hamilton to make that evasive action, it's not as easy as you and I would think sitting up here.
So let's, if you can, Truck, show that same replay from the drone. It's better to be lucky than good, Greg. Watch Connor Ross in the 44. He didn't do anything right here.
Wow, yeah, I didn't know.
He just happened to be 6 inches to the good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could have driven straight into the wreck, but I'm saying that you're just going into the corner at that point, and racing luck sometimes grabs you and sometimes it doesn't.
We're going to take a quick break here while they do some cleanup, and we'll be back on G-Force TV.
Exciting news. Our Drive to Attract Talent campaign is revving up. We're tapping into the passion of auto enthusiasts to build a powerhouse team of forklift technicians. If you're into turning wrenches, solving challenges, and optimizing machinery, this is for you. Join us in bridging the gap between the auto and material handling worlds.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the world of outlaws.
The greatest show on dirt.
Crossing the border to Ohsweken Speedway, July 21st and 22nd.
This bundle deal is going viral. It's a wash system that is completely touchless on mud and clay. You just spray it on, watch it dissolve the mud and grime, and then rinse it off. It worked really fast, but I still wanted to put it to the test. So I put it head-to-head against a name brand wash, and the results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Your mom got a new tractor?
Yep.
Can she see in the dark?
Can do.
Hook up all the implements?
Can do.
Steer with ease?
Can do.
Bale hay all day?
Can do.
Shift like a race car?
Can do.
Keep a juice box cold?
Can do.
I'm out of here. Your mom got a new...
Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV as the cleanup continues up in corner number 2. Clinton Jeffries on the scene having a look at the Travis Hofstetter 2 machine.
He's got a broken rear end, Greg, and he wanted it. He asked for the tractor to take it back so we didn't rip up everything underneath it. And Travis has requested just in case to get him back there, so we'll get him back there.
So that makes for a long night for some of these race teams. You head into corner number 1 in the green flag, and now all of a sudden you're in the pits thrashing, getting ready for a B main.
So, and if you watch a lot of sprint car racing online, there's so much racing available to watch these days. A lot of teams, you come in and within 10 minutes that car is ready to go again. A new rear end, they've got plenty of people. Our race teams, some of them can do that. Some of them cannot.
Yeah.
Travis Hofstetter, I would be shocked if we see him back on the track tonight. Not saying they couldn't do it. It'll be a tall order.
Yep. Great looking crowd here tonight. Great shot there from the J. Summers Garage drone. Off of corner number 4, looking down the front stretch as we get ready to come back to the green flag next time around.
Everybody moves up a spot or two. Minus Ken Hamilton, minus Travis Hofstetter. Remember, the top 5 lock into the A main, the top 2 to the redraw. So finish in the top 2 with the new formula. You'll be in the top 8 starting spots.
Back they come through the WG Truck Center restart zone, and Carter, the starter, will send them off under the Cedar Springs starter stand.
Erskine and Liam Martin side by side off of turn number 2. The field basically staying in formation out there of the pace lap. Still side by side for the lead. Erskine down low. Liam Martin squeezes around the high side.
Yeah, you're right by saying he squeezed by. There was not a lot of room between the left rear of Liam Martin and the right front of Lance Erskine, but they come out clean as it's Martin in front over Erskine, Rose, and McLennan.
Track looks to be a little slicker than some of these drivers expecting. We've seen some drivers wash up the racetrack in different spots, have to find different lines. Darren McLennan last week got stuck in the B main and missed the transfer by 1 spot. He's looking to lock in through the heat race here tonight.
Liam Martin has been able to pull away in the creative edge. Science and Graphics car number 9. Liam making the move back to the crate sprint car division this season with Steve Lyons. Lance Erskine riding in the 2nd spot over Austin Rose. And Darren McLennan. And then in the 5th spot is Cam Thompson. And you've got Connor Ross and Kiana Teal duking it out there at the back.
Yeah, they've been having a great battle. It looked like they were closing in on Cam Thompson because it would be more exciting as a battle for the final transfer spot. And they are closing the gap on that 28.
This time by, it'll be 2 laps left to go for Liam Martin, the live wire out of Binbrook, Ontario. And we'll keep an eye on that battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. Here comes Kiana Teal.
One of those cars going to make it into the show. 2 of them are going to head for the B main. They've got a lap and a half to sort it out. Liam Martin out in front, driving away from this one.
Mobile 1 white flag on the field. Final trip around as Liam Martin's already halfway down the backstretch as we watch this battle here on the front stretch for that final transfer spot. Liam Martin's going to pick up the win in DJD Graphics heat race number 4.
Lance Erskine comes home 2nd. 3rd going to go to Austin Rose. 4th to Darren McLennan. He locks in. So does Cam Thompson. So Kiana Teal and Connor Ross headed for the B main.
So that will conclude Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car qualifying. We get ready for the first of our stock car division qualifiers. It'll be the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks. And your Creative Edge Signs and Graphics starting lineups. The first one looks like this, Adam.
It's on a sheet of paper, just the way I like it. On the pole from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. 2nd in the 51D from Waterdown is Dylan Peckham. Starting 3rd, the 11 is Go Fast Teeple from Thorold. 4th out of Niagara Falls, 26 is Keith Dale. Starting 5th from Binbrook, it's Smokey Tim Phelan in the 427. To his outside from Caledonia, it's Mikey Bobby Mike Thorne in the 55. 7th from Brantford, Casey Huffman in the 13. 8th out of Hagersville, the 8 is Ryan Dinning. 9th out of Harley, the 37 is Rob Hoskin. Starting 10th in the 19 from Ancaster, it's Kyle Wirt. Starting 11th from Hagersville, it's Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey in the 49, and rounding out the field from Welland, The 96-0 is John Overholt.
I want to wish a happy birthday to Buck Shawcross, celebrating his birthday today. And as a birthday gift, Adam's going to sing happy birthday to you, Buck.
Yeah, you'll have to imagine.
AI.
Go fast, Tebow works to the inside of Andrus. Dylan Peckham on the high side. Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne to the high side, now to the middle into turn 3.
3 wide, 2 rows deep. Mikey had a problem there in corner number 3, had to back out of it for a second. Teeple's going to lead the lap with Peckham on the outside.
Down into the corner, Thorne trying to set things up again. Keith Dale goes around. Oh, John Overholt makes significant contact there in turn number 2. Keith Dale's car is disabled.
Yeah, some pretty significant damage to the left front and the right rear of that 26 of Keith Dale. And John Overholt's right front pancaked in. So we'll send Clint over there in the Lockhart's Odyssey buggy to have a look at the scene. Hopefully Jack's got his phone with him now.
Look at this.
Well, this Keith Dale machine's got all kinds of problems, as you can see on the door, stuffed in real bad here on the right side. Gonna need some issues here. They got all kinds of body rubs all around this one.
Rob Hoskins went full Code Brown. Just like there was a bit of contact, but that was a bad view.
Which is different than a Code Brown at the hospital, just to let you know.
What is a Code Brown at the hospital?
I knew it one time. I had the list.
It's not different for me. From our drone. Boy, oh boy. Keith Dale, that car hadn't quite been lettered yet this year.
It's pretty close. A Code Brown at the hospital is a hazardous spill.
Well, see?
So you're not wrong.
Who knew I was so technical?
That's because you've been a few Code Browns yourself probably over the years. Wow, it's a tough break for Keith Dale here. Both sides of the front end just tore up here, guys, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the end of him. Same thing with the Overholt car here, guys. A lot of front damage on the right front of this car, too. Tore up real bad. I think the back end's okay there on the Overholt machine. They got the bumpers hooked together, but this front end is going to be the problem for both cars here.
Yeah, that bumper is lodged into the
that's
the back of the 96-0. That was significant contact, and that'll rattle your teeth.
No, it certainly will. Getting a good look at the right front corner of the Overholt 96-0. So going into the turn, the back end just comes around on Dale.
They're going to stop the cars here on the front stretch while they continue to separate these two vehicles over there in corner number 2. And that's the trick right now. We'll take another quick break here on G-Force TV. We'll be back here at the Big O.
Kenny Hupel offers customers the opportunity to remove parts in our self-service yards at a fraction of the manufacturer's price. With new makes and models arriving daily, our yards are constantly restocked with new inventory. We aren't a typical auto parts yard. Open 7 days a week. Yes, even on Sundays. Our organized yards offer a seamless customer experience. Visit a Kenny Hupel yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner, strengthening financial well-being. And through change, uncertainty, and opportunity, we've stood by you and with you. Join the nearly 120,000 Ontarians and over 12,000 local businesses choosing Libro, not just for banking, but for a better future. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway as we continue to separate these two cars, John Overholt and Keith Dale up in corner number 2. Glad you could join us here on G-Force TV. I'm Greg Kelman with you. Adam Ross here in the tower, and down trackside, Clinton Jeffrey, as he's still on the scene, having a look at these two cars mangled together.
I just want to show you guys how they're hooked together here. So you got this bumper hooked right in the support bars of the Overholt car. So if they just pull it apart, you're going to do a lot more damage. So it's going to be a little bit of trickery here to pull these cars apart. And now we're getting there. So I think we're pretty close to pulling them apart. You can see they've really tucked that bumper up inside the other one.
There we go. It's separated. That'd be like putting one ice cream between you and I.
Yeah, there'd be some ruffled sheet metal for sure. And some body work required.
That's already required.
It is. See, we've got such caring fans, Greg. See the note I got from Mrs. Mallory? After I did a lineup right? Hey, you did it. Good for you. People are kind. And when I say kind, I mean kind of used to me being mostly a failure. Just in case, working overtime here tonight.
Yeah.
We don't like this. We don't like when we have to get these tools out onto the racetrack, because it means the night is not going well for some of our drivers, and we don't want to see that ever. We've had some bent race cars. Bella General tore up a car pretty bad last week. Logan Ferguson on opening night twisted his sprint car up pretty badly.
We've been fortunate, though, in the first couple of nights that we haven't had multiple problems like this, whereas tonight we've had some major delays already here through the first couple of divisions.
Hey, Clint, if you have a minute, we noticed that Corey Turner has a plain wing on his car tonight with the Empire Super Sprints in town. So I'm gonna jump out on a limb and say he is taking advantage of different rules in place because the ESS is here. Is that a dish wing with a...
I haven't seen it, but I think you're leading down the right path there. So Corey Turner taking advantage of, like you said, the ESS still allowed dished wings, and what that means is got to kind of scoop in the center top of the foil. Our sprint cars are only allowed to run flat wings. So anybody who's still a dish wing, you can run we allow them to run the dish wing without the wicker bill, which is the strip across the back of the wing. ESS still allows you to run a dish wing with a wicker bill, which could be a big advantage in the right situation. I'm sure that's what Corey's doing.
I believe that's what he is doing. Because I wondered it. I think, well, that's strange. It's a plain Jane wing, and they were just strapping a number onto it. But then I thought, different rules package.
Back we go through the WG Truck Center restart zone as we'll try this one again with Go Fast Teeple. Bring us back to the green flag. Dylan Peckham on the outside. Mike Thorne looking through the middle once again.
Thorne isn't shy. He knows it. He's performing very well in the heat races, but later in the night when the track slicks off, just not able to get the performance out of that car that he is in the heat race, in the qualifier. So here's Mike Thorne, Ryan Dinning, doing battle, trying to chase down Go Fast Teeple. And Dave Bailey was in my lineup here for this, Greg, and he's not on the track. Yes, he is.
Yes,
he's
he is.
out there. I just had a quick glance through the lineup. I usually see him making a fifth lane to the outside or the inside.
Well, tonight being the first night with handicapping as well, you're going to see the fast guys starting in the back. Of course, in Heat 2, we're going to see Ryan Beagle starting scratch. So things a little different than what we saw in the first 2 weeks.
And these guys love it.
Yeah. How about Tim Phelan? 3 weeks in, he's got it completely lettered. I always get to talk to Tim in the very early spring, late winter. We usually talk for a little while, and he's like, yeah, I guess in a couple weeks I should pull it out of the storage and start working on it, and that car's looking good here today.
Smoky Tim Phelan. We haven't seen much smoke out of it this year, and that's a good thing for him. Kyle Wirt in the 19, hanging it up on the outside of Mike Thorne. He'll take over that third spot.
Trying to make a charge on Dave Bailey, who's worked his way into the second position, running behind Go Fast Teeple.
Denning and Phelan make a bit of contact on the exit of turn 4, battling for the fifth spot. Dylan Peckham, boy, that's such an improved performance out of that 51 car from last year. Great to see him out there in the mix.
3 laps left to go for Go Fast Teeple, and here comes Dave Bailey. Can Teeple hold on? Bailey's going to look to the inside. He'll squirt by and take the lead with Kyle Wirt now looking to the inside of that Teeple machine.
Wirt just inching forward to the inside of the 11. 2 laps left to go. Dave Bailey out in front. Kyle Wirt not able to make that move stick. He backs off, and he'll take another run down through 1 and 2.
Here he comes off the bottom of the second corner. They continue wheel to wheel down into 3, going by the Duke electric camera perch down there. Love that shot going down into corner number 3. You get to see the speed off the corner 2.
Mobile 1, white flag is out. Go Fast Teeple trying to battle back to the outside of Kyle Wirt. Then it's a 4-car battle for the 4th spot. Phelan around the outside of Mike Thorne. Coming off of turn number 4, though, it's going to be Dave Bailey taking the win. Who's it going to be for second? Wirt edges out Go Fast Teeple, and then it's Thorne, Phelan, Denning, Peckham. Casey Huffman around in turn 4, and Rob Hoskins with some damage to the back end of that 37.
These qualifying heats for the Thunderstocks brought to you by Hunsingers. And they're ready to go with their second qualifying heat as it rolls out onto the racetrack. Starting lineup brought to you by Creative Edge Science and Graphics.
On the pole in an old car, different car than what we saw her in last week. From Six Nations, the 43X is Bella General. Second from Wainfleet, the 77, is Mitch Petta. Starting third from Port Robinson in the 108, it's Zach Bleach. Fourth out of Hagersville, Mike Klazinga in the 93K. Fifth from Hamilton, Clinton Nichols in the 43C. Sixth out of Ohsweken, Brando Green Stiers behind the wheel of the 81. The 62 is Brian Passetti from Hamilton. He'll start seventh. Starting eighth out of Hagersville, the 23, Trevor DeBoer. Ninth from Burlington, it's Ron Logie in the 97. Then starting 10th from Canfield in the 03, it's the Gun Show, George Grossel. And starting 11th from Victoria in the 84 Arcade, the Big Dog, Ryan Beagle.
Green flag goes up in the air. Mitch Petta out in front in the 77 as they're 3 wide behind him. Klazinga around the outside. Bella General and Zach Bleach. Bleach is going to hold down the second spot. Now take a run at the leader, Petta.
How good does Mike Klazinga's car look, that 93? He works the outside on Petta at the line. Klazinga with the lead. Zach Bleach might have got through for second. Nope, Petta still being scored second, but Klazinga out in front, losing a little bit of bite off of turn 2. Here comes Zach Bleach looking to go 2 for 1 past 2 cars in that corner.
Ron Logie's looking to take the exact same lane through the middle in that 97. He's going to get squeezed out to the wall by Petta, and all the while here comes Ryan Beagle. He'll sneak on by everyone and grab the third spot.
Pettit was a little bit out of control there down the front stretch. Everybody able to sort themselves out at the front as Zach Bleach and Mike Klazinga. Klazinga's car just shot up the racetrack on him, so he'll gather control back up as Ryan Beagle drives to the inside.
Through corner one they go again. Beagle into the second spot as he'll get by Klazinga. Logie now looking to the inside of Klazinga down into corner number 3. Trevor DeBoer riding in the 5th spot right behind them. And Zach Bleach out in front.
Wow, Passetti and George Grossel just had some close quarters action on the exit of turn 4. Trevor DeBoer all by himself in the 5th spot. Zach Bleach out in front, but Ryan Beagle applying the pressure as we've just reached the halfway point of this Thunderstock qualifier.
Zach Bleach holding it down, but here comes Ryan Beagle. And that Ackland Insurance RK Automotive 84 RK has a look to the outside. He's got it wound up on that outside line here tonight as they come off of corner number 4 at the line. It's going to continue to be Zach Bleach.
Bleach doing what he needs to do. That car with a big push. You could really see it on the screen. Those wheels were locked to the left going down into the turn. Ryan Beagle able to get an advantage on the outside. But look at Ron Logie stalking his prey. The top 3 are right together. Trevor DeBoer closing in to make it a 4-car race.
Ryan Passetti having some smoke come out of the 62. It's not slowing the car down at all, but some plumes of smoke, especially in the corners for that 62 machine.
Beagle now out in front. Zach Bleach trying to keep pace. They'll see 2 laps to go this time. Ron Logie has lost touch a little bit with that top 2. But he's got Trevor DeBoer breathing down his neck.
This time by, it'll be the Mobile 1 white flag for Ryan Beagle. Started in the tail, and here he is back up to the front. Second place finish last week to Dave Bailey. Bleach holding down second over Logie. And Trevor DeBoer has worked his way into 4th.
Logie with a good run off of turn 2. Ran out of racetrack to the inside. Had to lift just a little bit. Ryan Beagle off of turn number 4. He's going to take the checkered flag and the win in this qualifier. Then it'll be Bleach, Logie, DeBoer, Klazinga, Grossel, Passetti, Stiers, Bella General, with Mitch Pettit rounding out the field.
So that concludes Hunsinger's qualifying for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks as we get ready for the Empire Super Sprints coming out onto the racetrack with the first of 4 qualifying heats here tonight. 8 laps will be the distance for each one of these qualifiers. And they are brought to you by Plastics Auto Recyclers. Starting on the pole for qualifying heat number 1. Out of Ohsweken, New York, in car number 3, it's Logan Crisafulli. To his outside from Wantage, New Jersey, the 28F is Davey Franick. Starting in 3rd from Beachville, car number 5 is DJ Christie. Lining up 4th from Tonawanda, New York, the 7NY is Matt Farnham. Going from the 5th spot aboard car number 90 from Stephentown, New York, it's Matt Tanner. And starting in the 6th position from Honeoye, New York, in the 13T, Trevor Years. Racing Jason Barney at Brewerton, New York in the 87 will line up in the 7th spot. Starting in the 8th position from Dunnville, Ontario, the 15 is Ryan Turner. And starting in 9th from Tillsonburg, Ontario, car number 39, Corey Turner. 9 cars, 8 laps the distance in the first of 4 qualifying heats for the Empire Super Sprints.
Cars getting themselves into position. They'll wind them up down the back straightaway, then take shape behind the Empire Super Sprints pace truck.
Big Canadian swing this weekend for the Empire Super Sprints here tonight. Tomorrow night down at Brighton Speedway. Made their first ever visit there 1 year ago.
Hey, Greg, I got a dumb question for you. Is that the Ontario flag on the back of the ESS truck? What is that flag?
I didn't see I can't see the outside one.
It's the inside one.
Well, yeah, the inside one is the Quebec flag, correct?
Well, I kind of thought so, and then I thought, well, that would be weird.
The fleur-de-lis. I can say that, but I cannot say Jeremy Lafleur's hometown.
I forgive you. DJ Christie with a big move to the inside from his third starting spot. It'll be a drag race down the back straightaway. He'll drive it deep again down into 3 and 4 and complete that slide job. Oh, boy.
Oh. And that's going to put us under the red flag. As Logan Crisafulli winds up on his side. See him moving around there in the cockpit. Things got skinny off of 4 and puts us under the red flag here tonight for another time.
And that'll be a tough one to get back on its wheels because of how close it is to the outside wall. They might have to pick it up. Jackson is down on the scene. Cruiser with the driver as he tries to climb out.
He's out of the car here, guys, so that's a good thing.
I don't want to give much opinion until we talk to the driver, but when a slide job is executed, the driver being slid has a couple of options. Because these drivers don't race together all the time, you know, you might not be sure what the sliding driver is going to do, but usually you can either cross them over, lift, or power around the outside, and the outside just kind of disappeared there.
Logan, what happened out here?
Cut my lane off, and then I got up in that loose stuff and just lost it.
Does the car look bad?
I hope it's not too bad. I haven't really looked at it much yet.
All right, we'll let you get back to it. Logan Crisafulli, guys, says it was a slider, just got up in front of him, and he caught the wall.
And he owned the tail end of it, Greg, so took his line away, which DJ definitely did. And then once you get up into the loose stuff, it is really hard to keep that car turning and keep it away from the outside wall. As we have another look at this one, DJ completed. There was no contact between DJ and Crisafulli. That might not be a lot of consolation at this point, though, to Crisafulli.
And for Logan, that's a new face in a new place. Logan Crisafulli formerly driving the Stelter 36 machine and now in this 3 ride, which I believe in former years been driven by Denny Peebles.
They'll have to get the tow truck in here to lift it up a little bit just to get it off the wall. So they'll just pick the back end up, swing it off the concrete. And we should be ready to go here shortly, guys.
So, Adam, I was really shocked about you not knowing that flag being a wrestling fan.
Yeah, that's true.
Because who carried that flag?
The Rougeaus.
That's not who I was thinking of.
Rick
someone
Martel?
No, someone wore
Dino
it
Bravo
as a cape.
Dino Bravo. Wow, I went through all the Quebec roster. No, you're right. I just thought. I guess I didn't think, Greg.
And that's just your problem on most weeks, Adam.
No, you can't think and do this job. By the time you think, the moment's gone. And I like to live for the moment, Greg.
Well, it's been a busy night tonight for Ziegler down there.
Now just disconnect it from the tow truck before he drives away.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, guys, Ziegler's got a whole bunch of cameras in just in case in this case tractor here. He can see it from a whole bunch of angles. Makes it easier to pick things up and give him a great view. So he's not relying on 13 different hand signals here to figure it out. But you're right, guys. They have been busy so far.
So the Kenny U-Pull push truck team's already at the ready. They've got their vehicles right behind each one of these drivers and ready to push them off once the ESS officials say everything's good and clear.
Is it just me?
Yes, it's always just you.
Or does Corey Turner and Ryan Turner seem to wind up in the same heat a lot?
Yeah, and starting close to one another.
Why, thank you. Got the lineup for the Thunderstock feature.
Do you feel better having paper lineups?
Do so. Thank you for asking.
Again, I want to thank Six Nations Tourism. They've been huge supporters of Ohsweken Speedway over the last number of years. They're race night sponsors here tonight, and as well as Six Nations Group, formerly known as Six Nations Development Corp. I'll thank both of those folks for joining us here tonight as our race night sponsors here on Community Night.
Another good crowd. Thanks for coming. Great thing to do on a Friday night, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got the whole rest of your weekend to sit home and be miserable.
Yep.
Like be that grumpy
It's
old
perfect.
man sitting on your porch.
It's perfect. If I only had a porch, I could throw rocks at the kids going by. They're my kids, but.
Right, yeah, that's fair.
Looks like we're going to take at least another trip around before we get back going.
Davey Franick.
No, we're coming to the green this time.
Davey Franick on the pole in the 28. DJ Christie in the 5. A couple of drivers who did some racing together down in Florida this winter. Some of the events, they both of them are well-traveled race car drivers.
Through the WG Truck Center restart zone they go. And they'll fire off and get things back underway here for the Empire Super Sprints.
Franick to the inside. Christie with a big run on the high side. He'll take the lead off of turn number 2.
Flexing some muscles, the home track driver DJ Christie pulling away from Davey Franick and Matt Tanner in that number 90 machine.
Matt Farnham to the inside of Tanner. They'll race side by side off of turn 2. Tanner with the advantage. Farnham going to fall back and then drive again to the inside in 3 and 4.
Corey Turner trying to make his way up through the field. He'll work to the outside of the 13 machine of Trevor Years. And right now at the front and the back, you've got the Canadian in DJ Christie. You got Corey and Ryan Turner at the back right now, sandwiched with a bunch of Southern States drivers. Franick from New Jersey, Farnham in New York in that number 7, holding down the 3rd spot. He's got Matt Tanner all over him.
Corey Turner trying to close in on that black 87 of Jason Barney. He'll get to the inside of Barney in 3 and 4. The car pushes up a little bit. He'll keep his foot to the floor and take that advantage down into 1 and 2.
Corey started in the 9th spot, the final position, and it's got some speed here again tonight. He had a great run last week, finishing on the podium, so things looking good so far in Corey Turner's start to this season in his own team this year.
No, you can't be disappointed at all the way things have started out as Ryan Turner making a move down the back straightaway. DJ Christie has already taken the 2-lap to go signal, so he'll see the Mobile 1 white flag, this time at a turn 4.
Boy, DJ Christie is checking out as the white flag is displayed. That Wampum Fuels number 5 has got over a straightaway advantage over Davey Franick. That's no small thing. As DJ Christie works through 3 and 4, he's already caught the back of the field, and DJ's going to pick up heat race win number 1.
Christie for the win by more than a full straightaway over Davey Franick. Matt Farnham comes home 3rd. Matt Tanner in 4th.
Corey Turner's going to drive up to the 5th spot. 6th will belong to Ryan Turner, who does a nice job to get up by Jason Barney, Trevor Years, and Logan Crisafulli, of course, with the DNF. Hey, Adam, your mic's on.
Tell me to turn the stream off. I'm adding to the numbers. I don't like your tone, Spencer.
You have the power to mute him, Spencer. Qualifying heat number 2 heading out onto the racetrack. These qualifying heats here at Ohsweken brought to you by Plastic Auto Recyclers. On the pole out of Burlington, Ontario, car number 6, Ryan Conium. Good to see him for the first time this season. To his outside, the Nationals winner from 1 year ago at Mount Bridges, Tricky Nicky. Nick Sheridan in the 45. Starting in the third position for Port Colborne, Ontario, the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. Rolling off fourth, the 12 double D, Darren Dryden out of Freelton, Ontario. Alex Therrien out of Victoriaville, Quebec in the 21T starts in the fifth spot, starting sixth. And the 68 is Aaron Turkey out of Ohsweken. Starting seventh from Beamsville, Ontario in the 88H, it's Josh Hansen rolling off in the eighth position from South Onondaga, New York. It is Sean Donath in the 53 and going ninth, former crate sprint car runner Matthew Barjay in the 19KC. He's from Pierreville, Quebec. Get Dave Bradley on standby for heat race number 3.
We've had the recording. You had your opportunity to listen to it. Now do it exactly as he does. Channel your inner Dave.
Saint Clotilde Dorton. No, that sounded Italian.
I know. It still sounded exotic. I'm buying.
Oh, we love Dave.
Ryan Conium on the pole of this one with Nick Sheridan in the 45. So this is all Canadian with the exception of Mr. Donath.
Yeah.
Sean Donath out of South Onondaga, New York. The rest is Ontario and Quebec.
ESS Pace truck pulls off on the back stretch, so we'll bring it down here to the WG Truck Center start and restart zone for the green flag in qualifying heat number 2.
Sheridan and Conium went side by side into one, but it was Sheridan taking the lead with Darren Dryden right behind him, and Aaron Turkey in that 68 making a move for third.
Tricky Nicky out in front. Here comes Darren Dryden to the inside in that Moxie's 12 double D. Sheridan's going to get the advantage off of corner number 2, and they've already jumped out to a big advantage over Conium right now in the third spot.
At a big old kerfuffle in turn 2. Ryan Conium slid up the track, and now the yellow lights are on around the speedway. Everybody carried on. Ryan Conium had slid up the racetrack. Aaron Turkey went off the racetrack.
Pourquoi? Guess we've got some lighting issues. I don't know about you, but all I can see is light right into my eyes. But for the drivers on the backstretch, it might be a little dark.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
The Dixieland caution flag came out there, but we're going to get back at it here off of corner. Well, no. Carter's got the white flag in hand.
We're always the last to know.
Well, it's all good.
So Nick Sheridan and Darren Dryden will bring us back to the green. With recent winner Alex Therrien coming down third, Ryan Conium fourth, 68 of Aaron Turkey fifth, Josh Hansen in the 88 sixth.
Carter, the starter atop the Cedar Springs starter stand, ready to cut this field loose again. Sheridan and Dryden on the hammer. Therrien really got a good launch there down in 4.
Therrien on the inside, but Darren Dryden was able to thread the needle between him and Nick Sheridan. He'll slide up and impede Sheridan's line down the backstretch. Darren Dryden going to lead the way up at turn 4.
Therrien and Sheridan side by side through 1 and 2. As they work it off the corner, it's going to be Therrien taking the second spot down into corner 3. It'll be halfway home this time by.
Jacob Dykstra threw a slider on Josh Hansen, goes off the track just a little bit in turn 3. Hansen had already worked his way back past out in front. Dryden trying to pull away from Terrian and doing a pretty good job of it.
Definitely a different racing surface than we've seen the first 2 weeks for these 360 sprint cars, and a little bit more pedaling involved as we see Darren Dryden there just sailing away down the backstretch as there's the battle for second with Terrian, Sheridan, and Aaron Turkey having some speed here tonight.
Terrian with a bit of a bobble there going into 3. Let's see if it allows Sheridan and Turkey to close in. They're in a heated battle of their own right now, with Sheridan going to slide up in front of Turkey. Right behind them, Josh Hansen trying to close in.
Mobile 1 white flag is out for Darren Dryden. He's a straight away ahead of Alex Terrian, and then you've got Nick Sheridan, Turkey, and Josh Hansen riding in that 5th position.
Last time around for Darren Dryden, who will take the checkered flag. Looks like Terrian's going to hold on for second with the hard-charging Sheridan third, Turkey fourth, and it's Hansen, Dykstra, Bargier, Donath, and Conium.
So 2 qualifying heats into the record books, and Darren Dryden out of Freelton picks up the heat race win. As always, another beautiful wrap on that ride here this year. Heat race number 3 getting pushed off over on the warm-up track and ready to go. And the youngster Skylar Evans is going to draw up first here. Starting on the pole for this one, Evans out of Scotland, Ontario in the 87 XS. Starting in second out of Cheektowaga, New York, the 94 is Todd Hoddick. Lining up third out of Harding, Pennsylvania, the 79 is Jordan Thomas. Fourth starting spot belongs to Eric Gledhill out of Thamesford in the 7. Dylan Paddock out of Savannah, New York in car number 8 starts in the 5th spot. 6th, the Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Stiers in car number 0. Lining up in the 7th spot from St. Clotilde de Horton, Quebec, that is Jeremy Lafleur in car number 24. Starting in the 8th spot, Zach Sabatka out of Parrish, New York in the 38. And Ashton Van Every out of Ohsweken in the 77. He starts in 9th.
Well done.
Not as pretty as Dave Bradley's, but
nobody is really. What a great looking car, though, for Lafleur, that 24.
I mean, Jack Lehner's already the Ginger Ninja, but could we call Dave Bradley the Ginger Word Ninja?
Okay, I could
pretty
live
slick
with that, yes. Okay, everybody in their proper place.
Fantastic field of cars here tonight, 35 in total.
And I'm not even 100% sure. Is it a 24-car starting grid with ESS, Greg?
That is a good question.
I
want to
think
say
it is.
Yeah, I was going to say I thought it was more than that, but
well, time will tell.
I believe they have a provisional system.
Oh, right.
24 guys and then plus provisionals, I believe it is.
So we were both right. Wow. Oh, we shared on that one. Way to go, team.
That doesn't feel like a win.
Against the panel's 87XS, Skylar Evans jumps out in front. Oh, troubles for Dylan Paddock in the 8. He'll loop it around down in corner number 2. Kept the foot in the throttle, but it's going to bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag as the Filtrek Corporation number 8 will come to a stop. 1 year ago, Skylar Evans picked up his first qualifying heat race win with the Empire Super Sprints down at Brighton Speedway. That was a big night for Skylar down there and flex some muscle. He's out in front here tonight.
Who told you that?
I was there.
Okay. You remember the date?
Well, it was last, yeah.
Like if I go back and check the records, it'll be this date, 2025.
Well, it would have been, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah. How do you remember that?
Because it's the same weekend, right?
Maybe. Got a little.
Why
bit
are you calling
loose.
me out on this? Of all the things that I could be,
Because you've never said anything you've never said anything analytical, like statistical, like that. It was like Tommy Gooch coming out, but you said it with confidence as though it might be true.
See, every time we try and do something that's like professional, we end up doing things like playing tic-tac-toe on the telestrator.
That was the best.
That was the most comments I've ever gotten from a telestrator illustration, though. So,
well, they haven't seen the ones that didn't make it to there.
Back to the green flag below the Cedar Springs starter stand, and the caution flag comes out just as quick.
So on the first start, I thought Skyler got a pretty good jump. Todd Hoddick is no spring chicken. So it doesn't surprise me that Hoddick tried to get an advantage on this particular restart. But now that it's been called back, they have to play it even, Greg.
So back they come again. We'll give it another try. Skylar Evans, Todd Hoddick, Jordan Thomas back there in row 2 with Eric Gledhill, Glenn Stiers, and Jeremy Lafleur. That is a fantastic looking car.
Yeah.
As we come back to the green flag.
Skylar Evans with a good launch, but spinning those tires through turn number 2. They were 3 wide deeper back, but Skylar Evans going to lead lap 1, leaving Hoddick and Eric Gledhill to battle for the second spot.
It's all Skylar Evans for the moment. Hoddick holding down the second position over Eric Gledhill, who's closing in on the top 2. Jordan Thomas running in the 4th spot. He hit a bit of a bump going into corner number 3, upset the car a bit.
The battle at the back of the field is bananas, with drivers sliding each other, moving up the track, other drivers crossing them over. Fun to watch back there, the battle from 5th on back.
Dylan Paddock trying to make a rally here after bringing out the caution flag to start this qualifying heat. He's back by Jeremy Lafleur. Battle now going on behind him is Glenn Stiers and Zach Sabatka.
And you've got Lafleur and Paddock duking it out just ahead of them. Fantastic racing here at Ohsweken. Jordan Thomas is taking up the 3rd spot, but out in front, it is all Skylar Evans.
3 laps left to go here in this 3rd of 4 qualifying heats for the Empire Super Sprints. Evans, Gledhill, Thomas, 1, 2, and 3. Hoddick has dropped back to the 4th spot. Lafleur and Paddock right now racing for the 5th position. Paddock on the outside, Lafleur on the bottom.
That's the best battle on the racetrack right now. Paddock up high and seems to be pulling away from Lafleur as we've got 2 laps to go. It'll be Mobile 1, white flag this time for Skylar Evans.
That Insta panel is Stiles, Tree Services 87XS hooked up out in front, riding the high line. Eric Gledhill doing the same as Jordan Thomas. It's been Todd Hoddick, really, and Jeremy Lafleur, the only 2 stuck to the bottom.
Checkered flag, Skylar Evans going to take the win over Eric Gledhill, Jordan Thomas, Todd Hoddick. Then Paddock, Lafleur, Stiers, Sabatka, and Van Everett.
Youngster continuing to impress. The driver out of Scotland, Ontario, Skylar Evans taking home the victory. One more qualifying heat left to go. Again, brought to you by Plastic Auto Recyclers. And then we've got qualifying heats for the Insta Insulation Mini Stocks.
32 of them on hand tonight.
I believe they're still having some issues with the backstretch lights. Is that?
Yeah, so what they're doing right now, they're going to let the drivers decide. So as they come out onto the racetrack, there is an official down in turn number 4. So we expect these drivers to give the official a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And obviously they'll probably wait until they get a chance to experience the back straightaway. I have a feeling you'll see mostly thumbs up.
Yeah, the sun's out here. What are we talking about, guys?
I don't know.
Let's ask Zig. Zig, what happened to the lights?
Oh, it was a mishap.
Tell us the truth.
It's all good. I hit the switch by accident.
Zig hit the switch. It takes about 10 minutes to come back alive. If you remember our Memorial Night a few years ago where we made it dark here, we had to wait a half an hour. They're all coming back to life. We'll be good to go. I'm just glad it was Zigger's finger and not a breaker.
But since you said that, Clinton, I'm with you. What is the big deal? It's still daylight.
Hey, I guarantee these guys have raced at a lot worse tracks with a lot worse lighting than our backstretch lights being off here, okay? Come on. I've seen where these guys race. Let's go.
I wanted to say that, but I thought, no, Clint will get mad.
When I heard them talk thumbs up, thumbs down, I'm like, I'm standing out here. What are we talking about?
Another beautiful Ohsweken sunset.
Well, here's how they'll line up for heat race number 4 on the pole out of Interkip in the 84. It's Michael Lichty. Kyle Phillips from Grand Island, New York in the 21K starts in second. Third will be Jordan Poyet of St. Matthew de Belleville, Quebec in the 28 machine. Dylan Westbrook, 2 wins in a row to start the season. He's from Scotland in the 47X. E-Dub starts 4th. Starting in 5th is Jordan Hutton in the 66. He's from Hannibal, New York. And Jonathan Preston, out of Geneva, New York in the 36. He'll start in the 6th spot. Rolling off 7th at 77T is Tyler Pallas. He's from Ohsweken. And Joe Trank out of Clay, New York in the 98 rolls off 8th. 8 laps of distance. Final qualifying heat of the night for the Empire Super Sprints.
Wow. Kyle Phillips with a good run off of turn number 2 to take the lead down the backstretch.
Oh, boy. That got skinny with 3 cars.
Oh, trouble. Trouble off of turn 4. The 36 is in it. The 66 is in it, but you're absolutely right.
So Jonathan Preston goes around the 36. Jordan Hutton slow down here on the front stretch.
Mike Lichty had a great run through turn 4 and nothing to do with it. Like he couldn't go low, he couldn't go high.
Jonathan Preston moving to the Stelter Racing 36.
Will be just a quick shove here, no doubt. They'll get this one fired off in short order. They'll back them down the banking and get ready to go.
Field restacked and ready to go. Hutton, I believe, headed to the pit area. Jonathan Preston will get pushed off and underway.
Jordan Poirier and Dylan Westbrook in the same qualifying heat. I would have to say that's 2 of your favorites going into tonight's program. Even though Jordan Poirier is not as dominant here at Ohsweken Speedway as he is at other tracks in Ontario and Quebec, still pretty darn good though, Greg.
Yeah. Doesn't quite have the record Uncle Steve had here.
No. No, he does not.
Not many people do.
That's a good point.
Wow, what a launch there, and troubles for Michael Lichty. Problems on the start and the left front broken on that car.
I think he clipped the concrete on the inside of turn 4 coming to that restart.
So down there in the WG Truck Center restart zone, we'll have another look at that restart in a moment. But you can see that left front all crumpled up for Mike Lichty.
Yeah, big problems down here for Mike Lichty. As you can see, guys, definitely hit what looks to be the inside wall here. Same thing as we saw with Gledhill. The bent axle pushed back off the torsion rack. And this is a tough start. Almost the exact same thing as Gledhill. Same damage. Everything is bent up here on this one.
Man, that's a shame. Mike Lichty's been showing improvement each and every week. We have a look at this replay. Oh, we are wrong.
Yeah.
Tyler Powless. Okay, how is the left side of that axle pushed back when Paulus drove over him from behind?
I think it was more of a side slam than a up and over.
Yeah, look at the rubber marks
up
the Tammy 10 on the front wing.
That was weird. See if we can have another look there.
Mike Lichty does not look terribly impressed. Tyler Paulus right behind Lichty, and he gets on the throttle. I mean, if I'm Lichty, I'm not impressed with the move that was made on him before the restart line, but I guess we'd have to look at it again to see if they fired at the same time, you're allowed to go.
Yep. And ESS, I don't believe, are using our actual physical WG Truck Center restart zone. They've got a sign board there, a sandwich board, and a chalk line where, so they're restarting. Rules may vary from ours.
Single file restart coming up.
Kyle Phillips had a great restart there, and that was negated by the Dixieland Grill caution flag coming out so quickly. See if he can do it again. Jordan Poirier this time is going to have a good restart behind him.
Phillips brought the field slowly to the restart zone there. Took off and had a great turn 1 and 2. Jordan Poirier right there. Dylan Westbrook actually looked like he was hanging back just a little bit. But that doesn't last long with Westbrook.
No, he got a huge run off of corner number 4. Slides down in front of Poirier. Poirier's going to look to the inside off of corner number 2.
Phillips out in front. Westbrook up to second. Jordan Poirier going to return the favor. Drives to the inside, down into 1. He'll slide up in front of Westbrook. Dylan Westbrook going to try to point his car to the inside. Poirier going to close the door down into 3. Westbrook going to work the bottom of the racetrack for P2, but it's still Jordan Poirier with the spot.
He's past the halfway point. Kyle Phillips out in front by an entire straightaway over this battle of Poirier and Westbrook going back and forth. Poirier's got the second spot again. Here comes Westbrook with a big run off of corner 4. He'll go down to the inside, takes the second spot back.
Poirier going to go back to the inside of 1 and 2, but Dylan Westbrook through the middle, slides up to the top. Great corner 1 and 2, pulls away by a few car lengths over Poirier.
So it's Westbrook holding off Poirier now. Paulus holding down the 4th spot over Joe Trenka. As it's all Kyle Phillips. What a run for the GSR Ohsweken Speedway 21K.
He has been lightning quick here early in 2026. Walking away from this one, more than half a straightaway advantage. In fact, a full straightaway over Dylan Westbrook. Final time through 3 and 4.
Checkered flag comes out. Kyle Phillips out of Grand Island, New York, picks up the Empire Super Sprints heat race win over Dylan Westbrook. Then it's Jordan Poirier in 3rd. 4th will belong to Tyler Paulus. Joe Trenka will come home in the 5th spot. And then it's Jonathan Preston in the 36th, completing the 6-car running order with Mike Lichty and Jordan Hutton headed to the pit area. We'll take a quick break and be back with mini stock qualifiers.
After World War II, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, and our neighbors guided my father through his first few years after my grandfather died. This year will be my father's 50th crop. He always reminds me that without the help of our neighbors, there would never have been a first. My name is Randy. I'm a farmer, and I make the best damn tractors in the world because I owe it to my neighbors.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Scan this QR code now for the best deal on Total Wash. Get the famous wash kit that includes 2 bottles of our revolutionary touchless wash, a foam cannon to efficiently coat any vehicle, and now an extra 3 free bottles of wash. But only at the QR code on the bottom left. This stuff melts the toughest mud and grime off your tractors, ATVs, and even heavy machinery. Thousands of people, from racers to landscapers, are loving Total Wash. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code now so you don't miss this exclusive offer.
J&E Towing qualifying heats for the Insta-Insulation Mini Stocks. John Lubeck lines up on the pole with last week's winner Ken Hare to his outside. Alexander Klotz will start third. Fourth will be the 66 of John Jansen. Steve Boverhoff in the 00 goes off fifth. Sixth will be Mason Anderson in the X. Going seventh, the 265 is Mike Evers. Eighth will be Jason Tolton in the 1 car. Going ninth is the 20J of Nathan Joyner. In the 10th starting spot, the 24R, Chase Mitchell. And we also have out there the 215 of Mike Bowman, Ryan Farrington, the 99R, Mike Sarantakos in the 6X, Doug Erskine in the 44, Christopher French in the 54, and Steve Miller in the 79.
Clean opening lap with Ken Hare out in front. Not a good lap for Jeremy Cooper in that X.
Off the corner they come, another time by. Ken Hare is going to lead, but Jansen's with a head of steam, works to the outside off of corner number 1. He's got Alexander Klotz right behind him in the 26 machine.
I'm sorry, Mason Anderson in the X, but troubles nonetheless. Man, what's that reflective at the bottom of Ken Hare's left side? Makes it almost look like there's purple flames coming out of it down the backstretch.
Hare leading the way. Jansen's in that second spot. Klotz is all over the back bumper.
See right there as he goes into the corner?
The valence there has got that metallic purple. And right now, that sporty looking ride is out in front. Last week's winner holding down the lead. The best battle is right behind him. Jansen's holding off Alexander Klotz. And Klotz has looked really good here in 2026 to start the season after his rookie year last year.
Yeah, and had some speed towards the end of last year as well, so the young man doing a great job. Jason Tolton running fourth, trying to close in on those drivers, and then a great 4-car battle for that 5th spot.
Jansen's trying to pick away at this lead that Ken Hare has. He'll charge to the outside in corner number 3. This time by, it'll be 2 laps left to go. Hare running the bottom where he's been since the drop of the green flag, and Jansen's that time's going to take the lead away.
Jansen's looked like he had a great run around the high side, and he did. Ken Hare able to make pretty good tracks around the bottom. But you go up the hill into the corners, there's just a lot of banking to be able to drive back down and build speed from.
Mobile 1 white flag is out. And again, Jansen's leads the lap at the line, just under the Cedar Springs starter stand. We'll see what happens this time by as they come to the checkered flag. It's a 3-car race. Don't count out Alexander Klotz.
Who's it going to be? Jansen's up high, Hare down low. Klotz looking up the middle. It'll be 3 wide to the line. Jansen, Klotz, Hare, Tolton. Farrington rounds out the top 5.
Good rally there for Farrington. Started 12th and got up to the 5th spot. Nathan Joyner 6th. 7th was Chase Mitchell. 8th, John Lubeck. Christopher French 9th. And Doug Erskine completes the top 10 as we get ready for qualifier number 2. Again, brought to you by J&E Towing. Starting lineups brought to you by Creative Edge Signs and Graphics. On the pole for this one from Cambridge, the 32L is Graydon Lyons. Going in the 2nd spot from St. Catharines, the 25 is Joe Stevenson. Lining up in the 3rd spot, Spencer Riddell out of Caledonia in the 17K. In the 4th position from Brantford, the 64 is Nick Erskine. Starting in 5th out of Hagersville, the 23 is Dusty DeBoer. 6th starting spot from St. Anne's, the 34 is Randy Alway. Lining up in the 7th position from St. Catharines, the 17 is Alex Riley. Connor Chambers from Welland in the 9C goes 8th. 9th spot from Waterford, the 46 is Wade Thorne. 10th is Tim DeBoer out of York in car number 9, the defending champion. Going at 11th at Waterford, car 4 is Mark Thorne. Starting 12th from Waterdown, the 01 is Tristan De Silva. Jeff Elsliger out of Linden, the 11J starts 13th. Craig Cole from Beachville in the 55 goes 14th. Blake Wadham in the 65 starts 15th. And Mike Giberson, the pinball out of Caledonian, car 11 starts in the 16th spot.
Mike Giberson is the only mini stock driver in the field with perfect attendance this year. Even showed up opening night, Greg, when mini stocks weren't on the card.
There you go. What a longtime supporter and just an icon here at the Speedway.
Certainly is. Connor and I were watching a vintage race. I think it was from 1999 on GeForce TV. And it was remarkable, some of the names that are still here. But the track looked much, much different back then.
Yeah, you want to talk about darker. The lighting was not quite as bright back then.
No, it wasn't what we have now. But really, nights were much, much shorter. So at this time of year, we'd be late into the program at this hour. But look at that. Like there's a beautiful view down the front straightaway. Whether it's daylight or whether it's nighttime, the visibility, I would argue the visibility is better at night anymore because there's less dust. It's already blown off. Okay, what's with these drivers putting lights in and around these cars that make me think they're on fire? Alex Riley, I'm glad they took the chickens out of the front of the 17.
They hatched. And they were tasty.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Sweet and sour sauce. Oh, no, it's still there, isn't it? Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, the lights are there, but the chicks are not.
The chicks are gone.
DeBoer down low, Stevenson in the middle, Nick Erskine taking the high line around, and that's 64, 3 wide for the lead down into 3.
I thought Alex Riley was going to make it 4 wide there for a moment. Dusty DeBoer out in front. Here comes Erskine with a head of steam on the outside line. He's going to lead the lap.
You know what Alex Riley reminded me at that time was Knight Rider. Because as he turns, the light sort of flashes across the front of it.
Yep. You know your old man.
I embrace it.
Dusty DeBoer leading, but Erskine again on that outside line is going to lead the lap over DeBoer. And Riley in the 3rd position.
And look at the lead DeBoer gets through the corner. But Nick Erskine, the last 2 times, has led at the line, just running a good line up on the high side. But it's amazing. It's like watching a rubber band get stretched out and then comes back together. But DeBoer going to lead this lap.
Joe Stevenson right now riding in the 4th spot in that 25 machine, the white ride. Right ahead of the 3 wide battle with 4 cars there. You've got Riddell in the middle with Tim DeBoer on the bottom. Graydon Lyons on the outside and Tristan De Silva stacked up behind Riddell. Now he'll look low and try and make it 4 wide.
De Silva was very happy with the performance of that 01 car last year. Of course, they've got Gibbs on the quarter panel of that car. And folks, go online. Gibbs is having a sale this weekend. They're selling off the inventory. Of course, Mark Zuba passed away this offseason. They are having a sale, so search that up on Facebook and get more details.
Dusty DeBoer leading the way in the 23. Over the 17 of Alex Riley. Nick Erskine sitting in that 3rd spot in the gap back to Stevenson. And he's got company now as Tim DeBoer is to his inside. And look who's joined the party. Jeff Elsliger got by 3 cars there, and he's up there. Oh, just touched the bumper there with Graydon Lyons, and you hate to see that on the right rear near the wall.
No, for sure. You can get hooked into the wall pretty easily. We mention this most weeks, but there are no mirrors in these cars, no spotters. It's just the drivers and their senses, or lack thereof.
Dusty holding on to the lead over Alex Riley. They've begun to pull away from Nick Erskine in the 64. This time by, it should be the Mobile 1 white flag timing and scoring down at the moment.
One more time around, DeBoer going to try to hold off Riley. A couple of slower cars ahead. I'm not sure if they're going to get there or not. Riley shows a nose to the inside, has to back out. If this lap traffic comes into play, it's going to be right at the exit of turn 4.
Wow, here they come off a corner for Dusty DeBoer with Alex Riley right to his inside. Checkers come out. Dusty's going to get the win over Riley. Then it's Erskine, DeBoer, Elslager, and Stevenson crossing the line. And then from there on out, timing and scoring, as I mentioned, down at the moment.
That will do it for qualifying heats. What we have next are B mains and 1 dash for the Empire Super Sprints. But next on the racetrack should be the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint B main. 15 cars scheduled to start, with the top 8 going to the A main. I don't believe all 15 are going to make it, but here's how they're scheduled to line up. On the pole from Six Nations, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller in the 20. Second from Thamesford, it's 45, Curtis Gartley. Starting third from Hagersville, the 24K is Kiana Teal. Fourth out of Waynefleet, the 85C is Cam McKinnon. Fifth from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. Sixth out of Simcoe, the 14B is Broden Weiler. Seventh in the 44 from Cambridge, it's Connor Ross. Eighth from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanakoke. Ninth from Wilsonville, it's Corey Whittam in the 55. 10th out of Brantford, the 88R is Riley Mercer. 11th from St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. 12th out of Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. 13th out of Baden, it's Travis Hofstetter in the 2. 14th from Thorold, it's the 96, the Tyler LaFantasy. And rounding out the field from Caledonia, the 89L is Logan Ferguson. So Larry Gledhill, they were able to make repairs to that 14. Travis Hofstetter, they made repairs to the 2. I don't see Ken Hamilton out there in the 69.
8 cars to transfer out of this B main. This time by, it'll be 1 to go.
Eight cars make it to the A main. Everybody else is done for the night. Race director Dave Hunsinger saying we're staying yellow. They were going to get the 1 to go there.
You almost said Doug Leonard, didn't you? I feel like you wasn't. I was expecting.
Yeah, it was in my mind, but I
know.
didn't think I even started saying it.
But you hesitated, and I thought he was about to say Doug.
That's weird. Once again, it's like we share half a brain
together, and that's it.
Quarter each.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble.
I saw him smile, too.
Okay.
It's never good when he's smiling.
Put the telestrator pen away. What did we do?
Is that why he gave them an extra lap, a pace lap?
To get Clint up here?
Damn you, Dave Hunsinger.
Or Doug Leonard, or whatever your name is.
There's a hitch in his giddy up. I think Clint blew a tire. All right. 8 cars make it in. The stressful races in the night are these B mains.
Yeah. You've come to race in the feature event. You do not want to go home after one of these B mains.
No, for sure. It's get in or go home.
Here comes the Iceman along with Curtis Gartley. Driver you don't expect to see in the B main very often.
No, you sure don't. As they work off of turn number 2, Johnny Miller and Curtis Gartley going to battle out for the lead. Still wheel to wheel off of turn 4. Anybody's race.
Here comes Gartley around the outside. Oh, and Miller got just a little sideways off the corner. That was enough for Gartley to edge ahead, but here comes Miller fighting right back.
Right now, the 8th spot, well, it was Larry Gledhill. It's now Brian Nanakoke. They've got a little bit of a gap back to Corey Whittam, but that could disappear in a heartbeat as Johnny Miller looking to slide Curtis Gartley through 3 and 4. Gartley will cross him back over.
Gartley in the first spot. Then you've got the Iceman, Johnny Miller, running second. Cam McKinnon in the third position. Fourth right now belongs to Ryan Fraser. Fifth is Keanu Teal. Sixth is Larry Gledhill. Seventh, Connor Ross. And eighth is Brian Anacoke. But he's got Corey Whittam, Tyler LaFantasy, and others right there on the tail tank.
He does so. That'll be a battle in that eighth position. Out in front, it was almost to the point between Johnny Miller and Curtis Gartley. Like, hey, you're qualified. You're both in. They were racing hard for that top spot.
Travis Hofstetter was able to repair the car, but just doesn't quite look like everything's 100% A-OK for Hofstetter, because he's the type of driver he'd be making some moves towards the front right now, and he seems to be struggling a little bit.
It's one thing to get the car so it's drivable to make the green flag. It is completely another thing to be able to race at this level. Even the B main cars, Greg, are so darn good.
It's all Curtis Gartley right now as they come across the stripe another time. Again, top 8 to transfer. Anacoke continues to hold that down, and right in front of him, there's a big gap from 8th up to that battle of 7th, 6th, and 5th. And Connor Ross just took over the 5th spot.
Yeah, Ross swung to the outside of Gledhill and Keanu Teal, kind of in one corner, made that move. Larry Gledhill trying to do the same thing. Brian Anacoke holding on to 8th. He's got his own real estate, but LaFantasy and Corey Whittam both are quick at times.
LaFantasy's going to get by Whittam as we see Keanu Teal there battling with Larry Gledhill. Good to see for Larry to have him back out here after the problems he had in that qualifying heat.
Well, that's one. There's a lot of support in the pits with Gledhill, the Oakwood Transport team. They travel in a big pack. Mobile 1, white flag for Curtis Gartley one more time around in this B main.
Cam McKinnon and Ryan Fraser going at it in the 3rd and 4th positions as well. Connor Ross catching them, as is Larry Gledhill. Off of corner number 4. Checkers come out. Here's who will transfer. Curtis Gartley in first. Second is Johnny Miller. Third will be Ryan Fraser. Fourth will be Cam McKinnon. Fifth, Connor Ross. Sixth, Larry Gledhill. Seventh, Keanu Teal. And eighth will be Brian Anacoke. So Tyler LaFantasy, Logan Ferguson, Corey Whittam, Riley Mercer, Travis Hofstetter, and Broden Weiler are done for the night.
Any one of those cars you just mentioned are A-main cars on a given night.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So Curtis Gartley, first night out in the Dottie Creek number 45, makes his way into the A-main. And it looks like we've got some 360 sprint cars pushing off over there, and I believe that's going to be a B main because I think I just saw Jonathan Preston's car over there, and then they'll have the dash following that.
And their dash is an interesting concept, Greg. Do you know what they do for their dash?
Is it kind of a middle pack dash?
Yeah, it's all the drivers that would be in the redraw from 7th till 12th.
Yep.
Rather than redraw, because it's kind of a bummer of a result, they let them race for it. You get to race for that 7th starting spot.
And that's something the SOS used to do there for a few years. So something a little different. Give some of those mid-pack drivers a little extra track time as well to prep, and we'll see what they can do here in that. But nonetheless, we've got this B main to come out first. And again, we apologize for the timing and scoring being down here for the moment. "12 laps, only 4 will transfer. And here's how they will line up. Ryan Turner out of Dunnville in the 15 on the pole. To his outside from Port Colborne in the 5D, it's Jacob Dykstra. Lining up in third from St. Clotilde de Hortin, Quebec, it's Jeremy Lafleur in the 24. You know he's going to run in all 3 possible races.
You're completing my thoughts tonight, Greg.
That's starting in 4th out of Geneva, New York, the 36 is Jonathan Preston. Rolling off in the 5th spot from Brewerton, New York, racing Jason Barney in the 87 with Matthew Bardier out of Pierreville, Quebec in the 19 KC, starting in 6th. The Ohsweken Flyer, Glenn Steyer, starts in 7th. Mike Lichty out of Interkip in the 84 goes 8th. 9th is Trevor Years from Honeoye, New York in the 13T. And going in the 10th spot from South Onondaga, New York, Sean Donath in the 53. Lining up 11th out of Parrish, New York, Zach Sabatka in the 38 to his outside from Hannibal, New York. The 66 car is Jordan Hutton. Going 13th out of Ohsweken, New York, Logan Crisafulli in the 3. Ryan Conium from Burlington, the 6, goes 14th and 15th in the 77E as Ashton Van Every. Top 4 transfer, 12 laps the distance in the Empire Super Sprints B main event.
Let's give a quick shout out to David. David likes that you and I are going to kill each other, Greg. We got a shout out to Mike from Doug. And all of us here at Ohsweken Speedway. Feel better, Mike.
Yeah.
We're pulling for you. Same with you, Bert. I believe you watch every Friday night. Close ties with the Turner Racing team and lots of people in racing. So, Bert, we're thinking of you, buddy.
Let's go to give a shout out to Ken Green. Messaged me today. He watches from Las Vegas, Nevada. He's been watching since around COVID and tunes in, and it's just kind of mind-blowing. You know, you tend to think you just watch the regional races and keep up with that, but there are a number of, well, you think of Randy down in Texas that watches everything we've ever done on G-Force TV, and we appreciate all the watchers that we have around the globe, and Ken Green add his name to the list as he's a faithful watcher down in Las Vegas, Nevada. Who's probably enjoying Mitch Martyr right about now.
And there's not a lot of things faithful in Las Vegas, Nevada, I don't think. So we appreciate that. Right? Playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs is a rite of passage to be great somewhere else.
Somewhere else. You know he's going to win the Cup.
Most likely.
Did the full Phil Kessel.
He's not just going to win the Cup, he's going to be the MVP.
Of course.
I'll be happy for him. So here's my thing in sports, and my kids don't agree with me. Shocker. If your team gets beat out of the playoffs, if my team gets beat out of the playoffs, I want whoever beat them to win the championship. Because at least I lost to the champion.
Yep.
So when Montreal played Buffalo, they were kind of the two teams I was cheering for. Like I really didn't care. I'd be happy if Buffalo. But now that Montreal was through, okay, I want them to go on and win it all. At least then you could say, hey, Buffalo could have been second.
Yeah. And really, that happened to the Leafs last year. Look how fast they fell.
Well, they've got everything on the right track now. I believe I'm their next general manager.
Here we go, the B main. Only 4 drivers transfer. There is an A main star-studded field here in this B main. Here they come to the green flag.
Clean down the front stretch into turn 1. Everybody working hard to be on the very inside of that corner. Out in front, it's Ryan Turner leading the way with Jacob Dykstra giving chase.
Turner and Dykstra side by side down the backstretch. Dykstra squirts out in front. He's the crate sprint champion from a year ago, and he leads this B main with the Empire Super Sprints.
Preston and LaFleur third and fourth, but right behind them is Bardier and Sabatka trying to close in and battle for those transfer spots.
Oh, handful there for Bardier up in corner number 3. That seems to be the one trouble spot tonight. There might be a little bump or something going into the corner that's upsetting some of these cars. The rest of the track is super smooth.
Pool table smooth, Craig?
Not quite that smooth.
LaFleur holding off Preston, but here comes Bardier as they work down through 1 and 2. LaFleur to the bottom. Preston running the middle. Bardier sort of somewhere between the middle and the high side in 1 and 2.
Right now it's all Jacob Dykstra out in front over Ryan Turner, Jeremy LaFleur, and Jonathan Preston in the 36. Everyone on the outside looking in is out, although there will be provisionals for Empire Super Sprints regulars. You'd have to think maybe Sean Donath, one of those drivers possibly, that would get that. Oh, Bardier with a handful.
Well, Sabatka made a move on Bardier, and Bardier really got out of shape there in turn 4. Let's see if Sabaka can close in now on Preston in the 36.
Hard to believe you've got Jason Barney outside of a transfer spot right now in that 87 machine. There were years where he would come and you knew he was starting up in the first couple of rows every time.
Yep, for sure. And we're going to have a battle for that 4th spot. Here comes Sabaka in that 38, the all-white car with black letters and numbers on it.
Yeah, he'll take a look to Jonathan Preston's inside and shoot on by him down in corner number 3. Goes all the way up the hill. Here comes Preston back to the inside.
Preston trying to make that bite to the inside. Couldn't do it in 3 and 4. He'll try again in 1 and 2. Car washes up just a little bit, but still the battle rages on for the 4th position.
2 laps left to settle this one. It's Jacob Dykstra out in front of Ryan Turner and then Jeremy Lafleur. They're all comfortably in their spots, but right now it's the 38 of Sabatka pulling away from Preston. Looks like he's actually going to close in on Lafleur.
It does look that way in Preston. That car just looks a little bit twitchy. It's the Mobile 1 white flag is flying. Jacob Dykstra. Ashton Van Every had gotten off the racetrack, so Dykstra had to be looking at him out the corner of his eye. He'll take the win over Ryan Turner. Lafleur, Sabatka comes home 4th.
Preston finishes 5th. 6th is Glenn Steyer. 7th will be Sean Donath. Then it's Barjay, Barney, Hutton, and Years a lap down, and as well as Ashton Van Every and Ryan Conium. So 4 more drivers have locked their way into the A main tonight, and then we've got some Empire Super Sprints provisionals, so it'll be 24 plus drivers here tonight. We'll wait for the starting lineup for that in just a little bit, as timing and scoring still having some issues. Up next will be the Empire Super Sprints Dash.
So all of these drivers about to come out are in the show, and they're going to start between 7th and 12th. So I believe there'll be 6 cars in this dash, and how they finish, the winner of this dash will start 7th, then 8th, 9th, 10th, all the way back to 12th.
Now, some of our friends that watch the broadcast, especially down in the Brighton area, know our good friend John French, and I'm sure he's tuned in to the Canadians game tonight. Someone needs to message him, tell him to tune on over to G-Force, because the only chance he's going to have of seeing anyone win from Quebec tonight is here on G-Force, because it's 4-0 in the second period for the Hurricanes.
Yikes.
Sorry, John, but no, I'm not.
Yikes.
John stands on the bridge in quarter 2 at Brighton. He stands in one of the most dangerous spots, but what a view he has. Does a great job preparing that racetrack in Brighton. It's all in fun, but
he can have that view.
Yeah.
Greg, look at the drivers in this dash.
Yeah, and this is not the front of the field.
Nope.
Starting on the pole at a St. Mathieu de Belleville, Quebec, is Jordan Poirier in the 28. To his outside from Grand Island, New York, the 21K is Kyle Phillips. Lining up third, the 87 XS from Scotland, Skylar Evans. And going in the 4th spot from Victoriaville, Quebec, the 21T Alex Terrien. Starting in 5th, out of Scotland, the 47X, D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. And to his outside, in the 12 Double D from Freelton, it's Darren Dryden.
6 cars. They will make up rows 4, 5, and 6 on the starting grid of tonight's feature event. And just a reminder, Clint, there is a victory lane after this. We don't do victory lanes anymore, Greg.
Well, we might have to if he doesn't come out of the tower.
Oh, is he still up here?
I vote you. That's a long ways down.
I think it's McLean's time to
there
shine.
You go. Off we go. The Empire Super Sprints Dash for Cash. Kyle Phillips to the outside of Jordan Poirier. Poirier's going to slide up in front. Here comes Phillips back to the inside.
Phillips had lots of time to see what Jordan Poirier was about to do. Sized him up, and Poirier throws a haymaker of a slide job.
Wow. What a dash we're seeing so far in just the first lap. Kyle Phillips on the outside. Here comes young Skylar Evans now to his inside.
Skylar Evans down low in the 87. Kyle Phillips up high in the 21. Oh, Dylan Westbrook into the wall off of turn number 4. Check out the outside of that right rear tire, Greg, when the 47 comes by next time. Mobile 1, white flag is out.
Kyle Phillips has been hooked up unbelievably here tonight and looking strong in that 21 machine. He's got Skylar Evans behind him, Poirier running in the 3rd spot, then it's Dryden, Westbrook, and Tyrion.
Final time through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Kyle Phillips going to bring it home over Skylar Evans. Darren Dryden crosses over Jordan Poirier. And then row 6 is going to be Dylan Westbrook and Alex Tyrion.
So we'll head down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane and talk to our Dash for Cash winner. Jack will head down there.
You know, Greg, I left my microphone at home.
My cord will not make it all the way down the stairs.
If we tie our cords together. I'll be shocked if Clint doesn't walk by us on the way out and cuff us both right in the back of the noodle.
I hear there's 50-50 for sale. Whoever was screaming 50-50s could go do the interview. We wouldn't need a microphone.
Hey, Jack, give us a thumbs up if you got a microphone down there and have McLean come on over.
That'd be a no. So Kyle Phillips out of Grand Island, New York, picks up the Dash win here tonight with the Empire Super Sprints. Again, they'll be down at Brighton Speedway tomorrow night, the back half of this Canadian swing. And what a night he's had. Was superb in the qualifying heat. And, wow, the way things turned around for Kyle Phillips after that big crash last year, and GSR came on board to help out the Phillips family, and great family, too. Been long-time supporters of sprint car racing in Ontario, coming from Grand Island, New York. So great to see Kyle Phillips pick up the win here tonight down in Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
And what a high-energy young man, too. Lots of positive energy out of that kid from Grand Island, and a heavy right foot, Greg.
Yeah, just like his dad, Tim Phillips, has a Southern Ontario Sprints win down at Brighton Speedway a few years ago, and now his son picking up the win here at Ohsweken Speedway. We apologize not able to get an interview down trackside, but nonetheless, let's hear it for Kyle Phillips, tonight's Dash for Cash winner. We're going to take a break here on G-Force TV and be back with intermission.
At WG Truck Center, we fix trucks. We don't just change parts. Maintenance, repairs, frame straightening, and custom builds. Everything happens right here. A high-performance team focused on serving the local Canadian business, always looking to add talent to make us even better. Need parts? Need a rig? Need services? The local shop that does it all. WG Truck Center. Everything you need for your diesel truck.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Whether you're looking to make a top cash sale for your used car, want to buy a previously owned vehicle, or need parts for your current car, Kenny U-Pull is the place to visit. Join us and our community of car part pullers in giving a second life to all vehicles while saving you a ton of money. Visit a Kenny U-Pull yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner. Today, as a 100% Canadian-owned credit union, we offer all the products and services you'd expect from a traditional bank, but with a personal, community-focused approach, investing back into the people, local businesses, and communities we serve. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
We're blowing away the competition. Get ready to meet the most effective touchless wash on the market. And when we say touchless, we mean touchless. This stuff handles your dirtiest vehicles with zero scrubbing required. No matter the vehicle, Total Wash has got you covered. And right now, only at the QR code below, you can snag 3 free bottles of wash when you purchase our foam canning kit. The kit comes with everything you need to make cleaning a breeze. So don't miss your chance to try this revolutionary wash system for yourself.
Built for a smoother, smarter, simpler season. Built to break new ground every time you break ground. Built for a higher quality harvest. Built to protect your crops with precision while giving you precision control in the palm of your hand. With a local service network built to keep you running. Everything Case IH makes is purposefully designed to work on your farm. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH. Built by farmers.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV as we bring you Six Nations Tourism and Six Nations Group Night. It's Community Night. I want to welcome everyone from the Six Nations community here joining us this evening as we are under our intermission getting ready for feature racing coming up in just a little bit. And right now we'll have another look at our upcoming events calendar brought to you by the Carmen's Group. We had a little bit of a look at it earlier in the night, but we've got a break in the action just to have a look at what's coming up in the next 3 weeks here at the Big O. Next week, Slacks Lumber and Bucks by Tetra presents Contractor Night plus FanFest Series. It's Superheroes and Princesses Night as well. So folks, young folks wear those costumes next week. It's Autograph Night. A chance to go down on the track during intermission, meet your favorite driver, get some autographs, and it's also Duel on the Dirt home track race number 2. Then in 2 weeks' time, Plaza Auto Recyclers and Braemar Buildings presents the Southern Ontario Sprints along with vintage cars and our other 3 regular divisions on the card that night. And then on June the 19th, it's the Installation Steyer's Gas Bar presents the Art Hill Memorial. And Duel on the Dirt mini stock combined race. So we'll see some out-of-towners for that one as well. All coming up on June the 19th, OhswekenSpeedway.ca for all your information on the upcoming schedule. All brought to you by Carmen's Group.
And how about Cassandra Nanakok watching tonight from Japan, Nagoya, Japan. Only, Greg, it's not tonight in Nagoya, Japan. It's tomorrow.
So we're already done.
It's kind of weird, right? Like, what's for breakfast?
Like, I could still be sleeping right now. Maybe we are.
Well, it could be all a dream.
I hope so.
Isn't that something? So. It's already tomorrow for Cassandra. We will never, it'll never be tomorrow for us because we're always in today.
Wow, you've just confused me. The sun will come up tomorrow. That's what Annie said, didn't she?
Wow. Do you still have your man card? Because you have to hand it in.
I've never seen that movie, but I've heard that song.
I don't know if that's better or worse, Greg.
We have visitors at the door, but neither of us are going to answer the door because we've got headphones. Come on in. Oh, it's our kids' club.
Well, it might be. I think it might be Scorers tonight.
Oh, I see. All right, so things a little hectic here in the tower tonight, Adam. Well, not for you and I, but for everybody else, I feel like.
No,
right?
It's a great night.
I'm stress-free. How are you doing?
I want to tell you a story. Yeah, no stress. I was at a golf tournament yesterday, and there were some people that aren't really race fans, but they were out to Ohsweken Speedway last Friday night. And of all the things that happen at the Speedway on a Friday night, Greg, what do you think caught their attention? You were here last Friday.
I know what's coming to my mind, but it probably wasn't.
It wasn't the ice cream truck.
It wasn't the telestrator, was it?
It was not the telestrator. They said,
good.
That guy up in the stand with the flags.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's nuts. yeah, he is. Really entertaining, though.
Carter the starter.
Doing a great job.
He did it again tonight, just leaning over, and it makes me woozy to watch. That you and I, neither of us like heights. When we have to do the TSN stand-ups on the roof, we're like as nervous as we can be.
Every time they've asked us to do it, we quit every time, but we get through it. So, folks, normally things are tight. The program here runs quick and seamlessly. Tonight there was a couple of issues in timing and scoring. And the most important thing, even more important than being entertaining on a Friday night, Greg, is the credibility of the racing.
Yeah.
And making sure we get it right. Every one of those teams back there in the pits deserves to be started in the position they're meant to be in the race that they're meant to be in. So we have had some delays here tonight, and that is why. But we have a team of scorers that have shown up to make sure that things stay on track and things are done properly. It's just going to take a couple of minutes to get it sorted out. We've got a B main coming up for the mini stock division, and we can see now cars starting to show up back there on the warm-up track. And then once that is through, we have 4 feature events to run off.
That's right. I totally lost track of the B main for the minis.
The other thing these gentlemen talked about yesterday at the golf tournament, like, that is an unbelievable night. They said, what does it cost to get in? $20? I think it's $15. Yeah. But they said that's hours of entertainment. Said it's there's a lot going on for our dollar. I mean, the downside is you have to listen to you and me.
Well, when the cars are on track, it's great. It's fantastic for everyone.
I bring this up now and then, Greg, but I come from a generation, and so do you, because you're old just like me, where people couldn't hear the announcers.
No.
You could hear us right now. During intermission, you can, for the most part, hear what we'd say. On pace laps, we can pick up what you're laying down. Once the racing started, we could have been singing show tunes.
And even 2 announcers was a rarity anywhere. It was one guy doing the whole thing. Don't tell Clint that. But
one person and droning on through the night, and that is what you got. But now everything is measured and everything can be repeated, and for better or worse, right?
Well, earlier on in the season, Adam had a chance to sit down with our Dash winner, Kyle Phillips, and we're going to take a look at that right now.
So, Kyle, can we expect you every week at Ohsweken? Is that the plan?
That is the plan for this year. Yeah, we're going to run weekly with Ohsweken and hopefully pick up some SOS races, ESS, GLSS, some stuff like that.
So a little bit of traveling and a little bit of...
Yeah, we'd like to do Eldora this year. That should be a cool one. Maybe a couple of the GLSS races that go a little further away than we're used to.
What's been a highlight so far for you in your 360 career?
I would just say, like, last year, it was the last SOS race at Merrittville. That was one of the most fun races I've ever had. Me, Jordan Poirier, and Dylan Westbrook, us 3 were battling it out the last 10 laps, and it was just a blast.
So does that help you or frustrate you that leads into an off season and now you got to wait 6-7 months to be able to do it again? Or is that a good thing because you're just chomping at the bit to go do it?
I love ending a season like that. Even though I didn't get the win, it's almost like you had so much fun, it's close to it.
What's helped you learn the most? A battle like that throughout a race, or has there been triumphs, or has there been disappointments that help put lessons in your mind that won't leave?
Yeah, there's definitely some disappointments. It seems like every time I've wrecked a car, it's because I'm passing on the outside. So that's definitely something that's not going to leave my brain this season. You got to be careful up there because, in sprint cars, you can't see to the right side of you very far. So you definitely got to be aware of what the car underneath you is doing, and it's hard.
What's the difference between knowing it was someone else's fault? Wait a second. What's the difference between knowing that you want to blame somebody, that sucked and it's your fault, or the thought was, maybe I misjudged that. Maybe I shouldn't have been there?
It's hard in racing to directly point fingers at somebody because you're not in their car. You don't know what's going on. I've been in the situation before where you're on the bottom, a car's on top, and you get a little bit of a slick spot or you get a little bit of a slimy spot and the car just pushes and, you tag wheels or something. Things can happen so quickly in racing. It's very hard to say, okay, that was absolutely this person's fault without it being clear that, there was a rivalry there, or someone dumped somebody. Racing stuff happens. It's hard to decipher what was really.
That's kind of the nice thing, though, about sprint cars, isn't it? Like in a stock car race, when someone's done you wrong. In a sprint car race, not many people are going to intentionally come and mess with you. They might play mind games, but not many people are going to get onto your tail tank and turn you coming off the corner. That's really not a big risk for...
Yeah, because when you're risking that for someone else, you're risking it for yourself, too. That's how open wheel racing is. You touch wheels, and not many times you come out the other end on all four.
So what'll make you happy this season?
I'd definitely like to pick up a couple of wins. I think at the shorter tracks, we've definitely shown a lot of speed at Brighton. I've won there before. We showed a lot of speed at the end of the season at Merrittville. So the shorter tracks definitely seem to be our strong suit right now. But we got a new motor, so we got a lot more horsepower this year. So maybe we'll be able to pick one up at Ohsweken. That's the main goal.
Even the way you say that, what's the difference between winning at Ohsweken and winning anywhere else? Brighton, Merrittville, Buxton.
I feel like Ohsweken's just the track everybody wants to win at. You know what I mean? Dylan, who's still racing with us, dominated for so long there. And then you got Ryan, who's won 3 of the Nationals there. And there's just so many drivers that run up front and have so many laps around that place that it's hard to compete with them. And when you do, it really makes you feel good.
Great interview there with Kyle Phillips, our dash winner here tonight. Well-spoken young man, great attitude.
Yeah.
As we get ready here for the B-Main for the Instant Insulation Mini Stocks, it'll be 12 cars called to the starting line, 8 to transfer. This is how they're scheduled to line up on the pole from Wayne Fleet, the 00, Stephen Boverhoff. The outside, the 46 is Wade Thorne out of Waterford. Starting third from Smithville, Mike Sarantakos in the 6X. Going in the 4th spot from Waterford, Mark Thorne in car number 4. Starting in the 5th spot is Nick Bowman out of St. Catharines in the 215. Connor Chambers in the 9C from Welland goes in the 6th position. 7th spot belongs to Steve Miller. He's from Paris in the 79. Randy Alway out of St. Anne's in the 34 goes 8th. 9th is where we'll find Mike Evers from Caledonia in the 265. And Blake Wadham in the 65 going 10th. Mason Anderson in the X Machine goes 11th. And the pinball Mike Giberson will go from 12th in car number 11.
That is the full field of mini stocks. 12 cars on the track. 8 cars will go to the feature event. And then after this, it is all main events for the rest of the night. That's when the money gets paid out.
Green flag out on the field, and Wade Thorne's going to pull away down into corner number 1 and leave Stephen Boverhoff on the inside line.
Thorne with a good run off the second turn. Boverhoff going to lose another spot there down the back straightaway.
Off of corner 4 they work. Coming down to complete lap number 1 of this B main event. Six laps the distance to find 8 transfer cars. So right now that black X Machine is Mason Anderson. and he holds down the final transfer spot. You've got Mike Evers in the blue 265, the first car on the outside looking in.
And Mason Anderson, that car has just not run right at all when they've been out here, so good to see it performing for him here in this B main. He'll try to keep it out there, maybe get some insurance spots, trouble in 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's Connor Chambers going around to the 9C. He's going to back it up off the wall. As Chris Long down there, he's motioning to him, get it going, leaders are coming. And Connor Chambers is going to keep it going, so that's going to be good news for Mike Evers.
Yeah, what a bummer. He had some help going around there. Not sure if there's any penalties coming or not, as we've got 2 laps to go, and Chambers goes around again. This time comes to a stop in turn 1.
And that will bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag for Connor Chambers. So they'll get set single file and come to the attention of Connor Chambers down in 1 and 2, but he's going to fire it up and pull away.
If we get a replay, you'll see there was some help for that spin there. Turns 3 and 4.
So Wade Thorne leading the way right now over Mark Thorne in the 4. Then you've got Stephen Boverhoff in the 00. Mike Sarantakos runs in 4th in the 6X. 5th right now is Nick Bowman in the 215. Is that him there, or is he in the 7th spot?
Nick Bowman's in the 7th spot.
Okay. So that is
34. Is that
Randy Alway.
Randy
Alway. Not looking like the typical Randy Alway car I'm used to seeing.
No,
That's what
it's
threw
not.
me off. So, and then you've got Mike Evers has the 8th spot. Now the 9 car of Connor Chambers just moved into the 8th spot, but did he go a lap down? And right now I think they're hand scoring.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gone a lap down, but they throw the yellow. They should go
True.
back to the last completed lap. But anything is possible here tonight. Out in front, though, Thorne leading the way.
Stephen Boverhoff and Mike Sarantakos right now, door to door for the 3rd spot. As they come to the checkered flag off the corner, it's going to be the Thorne show. Wade Thorne gets a win over Mark Thorne. And at the line for the 3rd spot, it's Sarantakos over Boverhoff. Then it was Mason Anderson, followed by Alway and the 215 of Nick Bowman. So unofficial again there for that finishing order in the B main for the Insta Insulation Mini Stocks. First feature of the night, getting a push off over there on the warm-up track. It'll be for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. Four features to come here. And as Adam said, this is where the money gets paid out. This is showtime.
Big bucks, no whammies. Should be a lot of fun. We'll start it out with the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprints. 28 cars scheduled to take the green flag, and we can see them staging now. They just got their starting lineup. Should we assume, Greg, that what we have in my race pass is correct?
I'm going with it.
Let's do it. On the pole from Caledonia Drive in the 9, it's Liam Martin. To his outside out of Cortland in the 5, it's Tom Pellizzari. Row 2 inside the 16X is Keegan Baker. Starting in 4th from Mossley, the 3S is Austin Rose. 5th out of St. Thomas, the 52 is Jesse Costa. 6th from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch. Starting 7th from Hamilton, the 01K is Mikey Krutchka. 8th out of Hagersville, the 36 is Jeremy May. 9th from Brantford in the 48, it's Lance Erskine. And 10th in the 4 from Mississauga, it's the highlight man, Mac DeMann. Starting 11th from Beamsville, the 27H is Nico Hansen. 12th in the 50LS from Kitchener, it's Adrian Staley. 13th from St. Catharines, the 2S is Al Slate. 14th from Ancaster, the 51 is Trevor Young. 15th from Stony Creek, the 24A is A.J. Lewis. 16th out of Hamilton, the 78 is Darren McLennan. 17th. The 53 is from Scotland, it's Logan Schwedick. 18th out of Waynfleet, the BS 39 is Brett Stratford. 19th from Clarence Center, New York, the 57C is Cooper Fritz. 20th from Ohsweken, the 28T is Cam Thompson. 21st from Thamesford, the 45 is Curtis Gartley. 22nd from Six Nations. In the 20, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. 23rd from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. 24th from Waynfleet, the 85C is Cam McKinnon. 25th from Cambridge, the 44 is Connor Ross. 26th from Thamesford, the 14 is Larry Gledhill. 27th from Hagersville, the 24K is Kiana Teal. And rounding out the field from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanakoke.
Adam, I got to say here tonight, we were joking earlier on, we're not stressed. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that are crazy right now, scoring-wise, having some problems with timing and scoring. But all joking aside, everyone's pulled together here in the tower. We've got some hand scorers that have been called up to come and score here tonight. And one thing, everything always stays calm and cool here in the tower. There's not a whole lot of yelling. There's not a whole lot of panic. The team pulls together, and that's the beauty of being a part of the Ohsweken Speedway team. Is we don't see that a lot, right? It's very calm, under control. We have some moments, but everybody just rallies together and pitches in, and our part in it is so small compared to what everybody else does to make the show happen.
Well, it's so small, and it's no skill required, no heavy thinking, no math. And I almost say that the more serious things get, the calmer it gets in the officials' room.
Yeah.
It's kind of, okay, everybody eye on the prize, focus on what we've got to do. And to our racers as well, because there is a chat group for every division here at the track, and a lot of communication is distributed via the chat group. And some of them are even, hey, we're waiting for the lineup. But once it goes out, relax, we understand.
Yep.
This is what we're working with, and we'll have it shortly. And I think everybody understands.
You can only do what you can do.
I can tell you there's 27 cars on the racetrack, maybe 28. So
guys, I'll bring you a bit of insight what's happening here. So the lineups, because all our computers have failed here. We have all our techs on site, but with all our major scoring and timing computers are down. They've had to cobble this all together, and I appreciate your kind words, Greg, because there's a lot of panic that maybe isn't coming forward. But the drivers just got their lineup about 5 minutes ago, so we're working with a whole bunch of uphill battles here. But we're going to make it, guys.
28 cars on the racetrack, 28 cars scheduled to take the green flag for 20 laps. Folks, if you're new to Ohsweken Speedway, if you have never been here, we don't have favorites, but what we have is a little bit of knowledge. Have a look at that black car with the bright yellow number 39 on the wing.
Yeah.
If you're not sure what you want to watch, I'm not telling you who to cheer for, but Brett Stratford is forever on the podium, and I don't think I've seen him start this deep in a starting lineup for a long, long time, if ever, Greg.
So we could say he is our Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch here in this A-main for the Crate Sprints. He is starting deep, and right now he comes in second place in points. And the other guy to watch, he's starting in the 5th spot. He's the guy that is leading the points. He's all the way up in row number 3 on the inside in that blue number 52. The D&O towing ride, that's Jesse Costa. He's 2 for 2 to start the season. He's never started a season this strong, and right now he's already got himself an 11-point advantage over Brett Stratford. So here's a chance for Jesse Costa to grow the point lead, or for Brett Stratford to do some work and maybe close the gap up here tonight. This is what it is when you've got the ones to watch. These are the stories that will pay off in September.
And every one of these 28 starters, these are quality race cars and quality race car drivers, but there are a couple that have been standout performers this season. Jesse Costa, the 52, Brett Stratford, the 39, Liam Martin in that white number 9 in his return to the crate division. Mac DeMann last week, we saw him get towed off the racetrack, had something get lodged into the brake system, locked up the brakes. By the time it got back to their pit area, lifting it up and towing it back, it dislodged whatever had gotten in there. So a mystery gremlin for the 4 of Mac DeMann. We don't call him the highlight man for nothing, the driver of that 4 car.
No, we don't call Liam Martin Livewire for nothing either. He's starting on the pole here tonight. This is the best he's looked so far in the first 3 weeks in that 9 machine. He was hooked up and gone in his qualifying heat. So keep an eye on that Creative Edge Signs and Graphics car number 9 of the Steve Lyons and Liam Martin Racing Stables there. It's this could be the night. And that guy on the outside, how about Tom Pellizzari, just continues to get better and better and better. And here he is on the outside of the front row.
Another one that I'm impressed with here tonight, Jeremy May in the 36. He's starting in the 8th spot. And to give you a little bit of feedback, this is a slick racetrack that we have seen all night long. A lot of the drivers experiencing challenges with the slick spots out there. Let's see who's going to do it the best as we go green with the Brantford Strickland's Chevrolet Crate Sprint car feature.
Green flag goes up in the air. Liam Martin, Tom Pellizzari, wheel to wheel down into corner number 1.
Martin out in front, but Pellizzari with a good run down the backstretch. Jesse Costa jumps up to the 4th spot. He'll battle Keegan Baker for 3rd.
Boy, some close racing mid-pack. Al Slate slips by Nico Hansen. Brett Stratford's right in the middle of the hornet's nest right now trying to get by cars.
He's threading needles out there looking for racing room, trying to find the holes. Out in front, though, Liam Martin wants to set sail, and he's doing it right now over Pellizzari and Jesse Costa. Look at the difference in wing angle between Pellizzari and the 5. That wing is almost flat. Jesse Costa in the 52, lots of pitch to that top wing.
Off the corner they come another time. It's Liam Martin leading over Pellizzari. Then it's Costa, Murdoch, and Krutchka running in the 5th position right now. Keegan Baker's going to slide to his inside right up in front of the 01K as they work off the corner.
Wow, Krutchka gave the bumper to Keegan Baker off of turn number 2. Costa to the inside of Pellizzari. Here comes Steve Murdoch going between Pellizzari and Costa for position.
And if you've just been watching this year, the last couple of weeks, obviously, and you haven't seen the 2M towards the front, this is a guy that very often will get up there and steal a win and take one away. He is no stranger to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. Steve Murdoch back up where we're used to seeing him.
And Krutchka and Baker are still swapping sliders out there, and I'm not going to say they're not playing nice, but they're racing aggressively out there on the racetrack.
Baker slides up in front of him again, that time off of corner number 4. There's the battle we're watching on the Creekside Construction big board here at Ohsweken Speedway as you see those 2 cars side by side, and it's Baker on the outside, Krutchka on the bottom. Baker goes down in front and Krutchka tags him in the rear end.
Why was Mikey Krutchka messing around with Keegan Baker? That was Lance Erskine narrowly avoids, but that was like a tallywhacker competition, and nobody wins those in my history.
Wow. That was quite the battle we were watching, and that brewed for a number of laps.
Yeah, it was physical. There was quite a bit of contact laps before that.
I think one of them was smiling and one of them was angry, maybe. But, yeah, it didn't work out for either of them at the end of that one.
No one for sure, Clint. Quite often, and Mikey Krutchka is a real veteran of the sport, and there are things... You will sometimes do things to rattle someone's cage, and hitting them squarely coming off of a corner is one of those things. But when you run that close with open wheels, he got into him going into the corner. That could have had an unhappy ending, but thankfully it didn't. Just a couple of cars spun out on the racetrack, and possibly, Clint, message delivered.
I'm pretty sure that was Mike trying to deliver a message to Keegan, because Keegan took a few sliders at him. Now, they were all clean, but awfully close.
Yep.
And I think if Mike hadn't have been a veteran, we might have had them wadded up a lot worse. But I think at the end of the day, Mike just had enough.
No, I would agree with that assessment.
And I think he would tell us the same if we were to put a mic in his mouth.
No, and that's, we can't think for these drivers, but you can watch something, Greg and Clint, and lap over lap when you see that aggression level and say, okay, something is brewing here. And now Keegan pulling alongside Mike and taking his position. Not much being exchanged between the two.
Now in all of this, I just found the one thing that is better than ice cream. 2 ice creams. This is our second delivery tonight. Thank you.
Wow. And I got to do the next lineup as well.
No, you need to finish this feature.
No, that's true. How many laps to go? There'd be about 16 laps remaining, maybe 50. Six complete, 14 laps to go. And all that excitement, Greg, and maybe I just wasn't listening to you, but did you call Jesse Costa passing Liam Martin? I didn't know he did. I had a pen here earlier. I'm going to go back. This is old school. I used to mark laps with tick marks, Greg.
Have you ever scored before? I did it once, and it was awful.
No, but when I used to cover races, you cover it like you're scoring it.
Yeah.
But only every few laps you mark down the order.
6 in, 14 to go as they go through the WG Truck Center restart zone. Single file past the cone at the Cedar Springs start-finish line. Everybody's clean and green through 1 and 2. Oh, Pellizzari got sideways. Lance Erskine gets into his tail tank. Now they're 3 wide down into quarter number 3, and here comes Brett Stratford into the middle of this.
Johnny on the spot. Brett Stratford trying to make some gains there when things got squirrely in front of him, and we've got one around up the end of the back straightaway. That's Mike Krutchka.
Dixieland Grill caution flag right back out, and we got one on the board, I believe, there. So 7 in, 13 to go now.
Mikey almost caught the fence there. He was way up there over the flats. Got it loaded up. Don't anticipate any issues with the 01K. And the push trucks are on the move.
Single file restarts with the cone system. They put that pylon out on the racetrack. They don't leave the drivers a lot of room. You have to go by the pylon single file, one single row, and then you can start racing.
Jesse Costa looking to go 3 for 3 here in 2026. He's the point leader over Brett Stratford, and something we kind of lost sight of in all of that bumper tag that went on there and the slide jobs with Baker and Krutchka. Mikey Krutchka came in 3rd place in points tonight. And he was only 17 points out of the top spot, so he's going to have some work to do to get back up. And Brett Stratford's working his way towards the front. A lot better than where he started.
Yeah, we expected him to make some moves, and that's what he's doing out there.
So he's moved up 8 spots, started in the 18th position, running in 10th right now. Jesse Costa's jumped up there from the 5th starting position into the lead, so both drivers on the move, and that's why they're 1 and 2 in the standings coming into tonight.
Yeah, they've been lights out good. Now, did you use your calculator to figure out Brett had advanced 8 spots going from 18th to 10th? Is that what your phone was in your hand for?
Are you a mockingbird?
I hope at my funeral,
I'll play that.
Even if it's on a loop, like once an hour.
Are you a mockingbird?
I love stupid funny things. That's kind of brilliant funny things, though. Coming back to the green, Jesse Costa leads the train down.
Single file past the cone again. Everybody's made it by cleanly, and boy, it is a race at the front for the veterans of the crate sprint car division, all going at it. Great run right now for Jeremy May, sitting in that 5th position. 8 laps on the board.
May having a solid run. They're 3 wide down the front straightaway, almost 4 wide in spots.
McDeman to the inside of Martin. Murdoch's kind of blocked in between those 2 cars as he'll now look low. McDeman slides up in front of Martin. Martin back down to the inside. He's got the 2nd spot at the line. Oh, McDeman washes up the banking in 2. Gets the car back under control, but he's going to tuck back in line in the 5th spot.
Lost a lot of ground to the race leaders there in that transaction. Deep in the field, Keegan Baker has passed a couple of cars. Mikey Krutke starting to close in that 0-1. Out in front, though, Jesse Costa with a sizable gap over Liam Martin.
Leader beginning to see the back end of the field right now as Jesse Costa can see Connor Ross and Cam McKinnon. 2nd place right now is Liam Martin. 3rd belongs to Steve Murdoch. 4th is Jeremy May. 5th, McDeman. 6th, Austin Rose. And look who's 7th. Up to that 7th spot, the BS39 of Brett Stratford.
Stratford on the prowl, working the high side of the racetrack through 3 and 4. Just ahead of him, Austin Rose making a move on McDeman.
8th right now, right behind Stratford is Al Slate. 9th is Nico Hansen. 10th, great run for Trevor Young in the 51. And how about Curtis Gartley out of the B mains up to 11th?
Gartley moving in the right direction early in this one. Traffic on the back straightaway down into turn 3. The tail end of this field, the racing is going wild.
Steve Murdoch and Liam Martin going back and forth. Murdoch had the 2nd spot for a moment. He's going to have it this time by the line. So the 2M running in the 2nd spot. He's not too far off of Costa. These 2 drivers have caught the 52.
They're getting there, and Jesse Costa catching the tail end of this field. Oh, Cam McKinnon goes around. That's going to draw a yellow flag. Just as Costa was about to get into slower traffic.
The Dixieland Grill caution flag comes out. We were at the 6 to go mark. And Cam McKinnon there in the season's change 85C. We'll need a push from the Kenny U-Pull push truck. Have a look at him there from the J. Summers Garage drone. Abby, our drone pilot, taking care of business down there. Doing a great job with our social medias as well. Abby's a man of many talents. He's the one making some of those keychains they're selling down to the speed shop as well. The cool Ohsweken Speedway G-Force keychains you can buy down there.
Yeah, he's come out with some pretty cool stuff.
And on top of that, he's a top-rate cook. So,
allegedly, have you ever eaten anything he prepared?
Okay, that's true, right? Is this like some of the fast food joints where they take pictures of this beautiful burger and you get it and it's... Ugh. Maybe that's Abby's cooking.
Have you ever seen my dating profile?
It's from behind, right? The back of your head.
It's in the dark.
Just has pictures of stuff you don't want to eat, you know?
I like to keep expectations low. Manageable, really.
I believe it's 6 to go. Jesse Costa leading. Steve Murdoch running in the 2nd spot. Then it's Liam Martin in 3rd. He narrowly missed Cam McKinnon. 4th is the 36. How about this run for Jeremy May in the Matco Tools machine?
Yeah, great drive for Jeremy. Had a great heat race, and man, he's up there with the big dogs. That's good competition at the front of this field, and he's showing that he belongs right there.
5th spot is McDeman. 6th is Brett Stratford. What a drive he's had through the field. Austin Rose running right now in the 7th spot. 8th is Al Slate. 9th, Nico Hansen. 10th, still Trevor Young. Curtis Gartley 11th. 12th is A.J. Lewis as we come back to the green flag to the WG Truck Center restart zone from high up on the banking. Down the hill they'll roll. We're back into the green.
Everybody clean across the line, down through 1 and 2. At the front, Jesse Costa out in front using the high side. Liam Martin down low. Steve Murdoch up high. Mac Demand down low in that number 4.
Steve Murdoch just did exactly what Lance Erskine did as well. He got really high in corner 3 and 4 and lost some ground there to Liam Martin and almost let Mac Demand go by. He'll gather it back up. He sits in the 3rd spot.
Laps now starting to wind down. Should be 5 to go there. Mikey Krutchka trying to make a move that would have made things 3 wide off of turn number 4. Has to back out of that as Jesse Costa comes off the banking. Starting to build a little bit of lead once again.
I believe we're at 3 to go now, as it'll be 2 this time by. So it's Carter, the starter. He's preparing in the stand as Jesse Costa leads the way over Liam Martin. 2 sticks up in the air, 2 to go for Jesse Costa, trying to make it 3-4-3.
Liam Martin has a shot. Steve Murdoch has a shot. They're working the inside of the racetrack. About 10 car lengths between Jesse Costa and Martin in second. Martin will drive it deep into turn 3. Mobile 1, white flag. 1 more lap to go.
Final time around as the leader goes down into corner number 1. Liam Martin's going to take a stab at it. He got a good run through 1 and 2. He'll close the gap a little going into 3 and 4.
Costa to the inside, down into 3 and 4. Liam Martin takes the high road. Checkered flag in the air. It's Costa taking the win over Martin and Steve Murdoch.
And it's Mac Demand in the 4th spot. 5th, Jeremy May. 6th, Brett Stratford. 7th, Al Slate. 8th is Curtis Gartley. What a run from the B main. 9th goes to Nico Hansen. And 10th is Trevor Young. Then it's going to be A.J. Lewis 11th. 12th, Austin Rose. 13th is Keegan Baker. 14th, Ryan Fraser. 15th is Johnny Miller. 16th, Mikey Krutchka. Then Lance Erskine, Darren McLennan, Larry Gledhill, Logan Schwedick, and the rest. Cooper Fritz, Kiana Teal, and Connor Ross, along with Brian Anacoke, will round out the field, along with Adrian Staley. But it's going to be Jesse Costa making it 3 for 3 in 2026. The point leader is going to pull down into Slack Lumber victory lane. And what a start for Jesse Costa to this season. And with that win, officially becomes the all-time winningest crate sprint car driver by 1 win over Mac Demand. His 17th career win. Mac has 16. Jesse Costa makes it 3 for 3, and now he's atop of the pile in the all-time win list. We'll send it down here in a moment at Slack Lumber Victory Lane and talk with Jesse Costa. What a start to the season for the driver, the D&O Towing number 52. There he is out of the car. We'll send it down to Clinton Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Jesse Costa gets the Hoosier neckband, Hoosier cap, and the towel, and he'll get ready to climb up there with that epic racewear, checkered flag, and greet the fans. How about it? 3 for 3 for the winningest crate driver in Ohsweken history, Jesse Costa. Jesse, I don't know if you know it, but you broke a record today. This win makes you the winningest crate driver here in the history of the division. That's got to be pretty cool tonight.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't have my eye on it. That's pretty cool. I didn't think I'd ever have my name on something like this when I started racing here. So I just can't believe how good this car is. I promise it's 3 in a row, but it's not easy, man. These guys are good, and Brett's still figuring his car out. He's going to be up here. We got Liam, Steven. We got so many guys up here. It's a tough division, but got to thank Nathan Acklin for putting me in the car. He's the best car owner I could ask for, man. I'm so privileged to drive this thing. D&O Towing, Legacy Holdings and the whole Gledhill family, Butler Built, Wells Foundry, Lone Wolf Fireworks, Welders Millwrights, Strode's, Tate's Automotive, anyone else, everyone that helps me. Hi to my wife and kids at home. I said I wasn't sure if we'd get 3 in a row, but we got another one coming home for you. And thanks to the whole crew in the pits.
Right on. Jesse Costa picks up another win here, his third in a row. Liam, step back in front of your car here. What a drive here tonight. Back in crates. You look pretty good tonight. You got to feel well.
Yeah, definitely. Different track surface tonight for us. We put on a show, hopefully, for the fans. I want to thank all the fans for coming out tonight. It's we thank you as drivers hugely. Makes the sport. I can't thank Steve Lyons enough for helping me out put this thing together. Me and him have been together quite a while now, and I can't appreciate him more. Got to thank all my sponsors, Eklund Insurance, Strode's Barbecue and Deli, First People's Energy, The Right Concrete. There's a lot of you guys. Sorry if I missed anybody, but we appreciate you all, so we're proud to be here.
Right on. Liam Martin second. We'll get over here and talk to our third place driver, Steve Murdoch. Steve, you've had some good runs. This one's got to feel good to finally, we talked your last race of last year, and you said you're working out a new car. This one looks like it's rolling pretty good so far.
Yeah, definitely working better for us all over the track, and we just need to get a little bit faster to compete with Costa there. He's doing really good, and some of these other guys. But, yeah, it was a good night.
All right, there you have it. Stephen Murdoch will be third. Liam Martin second, your winner. 3 in a row for Jesse Costa. We'll be back live here from Ohsweken. 3 features to go.
This summer, there is only one way to celebrate. Victory Mist, redefining celebration.
Christopher David Bell. He's 4 years old. What have you started?
Oh, Christopher Bell is taking the lead. What a finish! He's done it again! Bell has driven to victory again. How about that?
That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
When it's planned properly, a renovation feels easy. Everything's decided in your space. You see it, you're sure, and you move forward. The work flows, the details land, and it comes together without the back and forth. That's how we do it at Blue Canoe. Clear process, quality work, done right.
Lockhart's Odyssey is BRP's newest marine dealer for the legendary Alumacraft fishing boats, the luxurious Manitous, and the affordable Sea-Doo Switch pontoons. Come aboard our new outdoor showroom, located here in Cortland at Lockhart's Odyssey, your BRP superstore.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Welcome back to Ohsweken Speedway. Greg, I'll take a number 2, please, while you're there. Here's your starting lineup for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. On the pole from Six Nations, the 43X is Bella General. Starting on the outside of the front row from Waterdown, it's Dylan Peckham in the 51D. Starting third from Wayne Fleet, the 77 is Mitch Petta. Fourth out of Thorold, the 11 is Go Fast Heeple. Fifth from Port Robinson, the 108 is Zach Bleach. Scheduled to start sixth from Niagara Falls, the 26 is Keith Dale. Seventh from Hagersville, it's Mike Klazinga in the 93K. And eighth out of Binbrook, it's Smokey Tim Phelan in the 427. Starting ninth from Caledonia, it's Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne in the 55. Alongside him from Ohsweken, the 81 is Brando Green Stiers. 11th from Brantford is Casey Huffman in the 13. 12th out of Hamilton, Brian Passetti in the 62. 13th, driving the number 8 from Hagersville, it's Ryan Dinning. 14th out of Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. 15th out of Harley, the 37 is Rob Hoskins. 16th from Burlington, it's Ron Logie in the 97. 17th from Ancaster, the 19 is Kyle Wirt. 18th out of Canfield, it's the Gun Show, George Grossel in the 03. 19th from Hagersville, Brewster Baker, Dave Bailey in the 49. And to his outside, it's the big dog, Ryan Beagle in the 84. RK from Victoria. 21st from Hamilton is Kyle Andrus in the 43. To his outside in the 43C from Hamilton, it's Clinton Nichols. Rounding out the field, it's scheduled to be from Welland, the 96-0 of John Overholt. Lost a few cars from qualifying earlier on, but it's still going to be a whale of a show. This is Bella General. And it looks like Go Fast Tipo going to bring the field to the green flag. Oh, trouble through 1 and 2. And look at Ryan Denning squirt through. Rob Hoskins get through. They picked up about 6 spots each. Brando Green Stires goes around into 3. Mike Lazinga up into the hay bales on the outside. We remain under green, but now the yellow flag will fly. So we've talked about it a little bit all season long. But Mike Lazinga, the driver of that 93K, is racing with an LS engine, sort of the test pilot for the LS engine program in that 93K.
Yeah, I can speak a bit about Adam. So Mike is not getting points or payout here. Something's wrong with this car. It is not driving away. Something's dragging on it here. Yeah, he's got a broken tie rod or something on the front of that car by the looks of it. He's going to take it down the ramp the wrong way. Yeah, Mike is our test pilot, guys, and we are testing out this new LS motor that we are hoping will cut the cost of the crate engines in about half. Gets them down from about $12,000 down to around $6,000 if possible.
Having a look at this replay. Down through 1 and 2, Zach Bleach just about went around. Mike Lazinga made contact there. They continue racing 5 wide down the backstretch, but Brando Green Stires goes around and Lazinga winds up in the hay bales up on the outside. Gonna have a great view here from the drone as we see Brando Green Stires going around. Most of the drivers were able to regroup to carry on their nights. Mike Lazinga looks like his night will be done in that 93K as we circle the track under yellow. The crew is hard at work, though, on the right front corner of that 93 machine. Great job by our drone pilot. They're trying to clear away some of the body work. They're going to jack up the right side of that Lazinga 93. The body language made me think that they were done, but they're not giving up just yet. More crew has shown up on the scene. As they continue to work on the right front, they're going to pull the wheel off, I think. Lazinga has climbed out of the race car. So they've got parts and tools out. Looking to see if they can possibly make repairs, but we're about to go back to green here.
Quick announcement, if you're missing your phone, they have one at the front gate. If you're missing your phone, go down to the front gate, possibly have your phone there for you.
I didn't notice she'd come back.
Oh. 2 ice creams does not help those stairs any at all.
Would you take either of them back? Do you regret either one?
I'd take a third ice cream.
Exactly. Green flag back out. Teeple shot out of a cannon at the front. Contact between Phelan and the 427 and Ryan Dinning in the 8 sends Dinning a little bit squirrely, but he actually turned that into a positive. Makes a move to the inside of Bella General. Now all up over the back end of Zach Bleach in the 108.
Down the back stretch they go. Dave Bailey, meanwhile, threading the needle. He's to the outside of Bella General. Kind of ran Tim Phelan into a situation where he didn't have a good lane into corner 3. He lost some ground on General. Goes sideways. Remember, she had problems on the front stretch last week. Ryan Beagle tucked up in behind her.
It was almost deja vu all over again, Greg.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dave Bailey to the outside of Zach Bleach. That's a battle for the second spot. Both of them closing in on Go Fast Teeple for the lead. But Ryan Dinning is right there. Kyle Wirt, Mike Thorne, 3 wide for the top spot. Dave Bailey goes through the middle, leads the way into turn 3.
Zach Bleach on that bottom side trying not to go away as Bailey has got the advantage. He'll lead the lap off the corner. It'll be 5 on the board, 15 to go.
So Dave Bailey is out in front. Ryan Beagle is back in about the 8th spot in that 84.
As they work off the corner another time, 14 laps left in this one. Bailey leading the way over Zach Bleach. Go Fast Teeple. Kyle Wirt works to the inside of the 11 now, looking for the 3rd position.
Bailey with a comfortable advantage out front. Kyle Wirt just, I think that was an attempt at a slide job, but the car just would not turn down into 3. He goes across the racetrack. Still there in the 4th spot. Now we'll take another run at Go Fast Teeple on the outside. They'll race side by side down the backstretch.
Kyle Wirt coming into tonight. 2nd place in points. Behind Ryan Beagle, Dave Bailey right behind him. In the 3rd position in points.
Mike Thorne just went up the racetrack and unintentionally impeded the line of Ryan Beagle. Beagle had to back out of it just a little bit, and he's stuck behind a side-by-side battle between Trevor DeBoer and Mike Thorne.
Oh, boy. That got skinny there off of corner number 4. Ryan Beagle tucked in behind Trevor DeBoer now. DeBoer will get by Ryan Dinning.
And Ryan Beagle just avoided that mishap before it even started. His thought process started in turn 4. He made just the right move to not get any piece of that melee.
And now he'll look to the outside of the 23 machine as we're at the halfway point. 10 in, 10 to go here in this Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature event.
Tell you, George Grossel has some speed in that 03 car, the orange 03, as he works to the outside of Mike Thorne. Down into turn number 3. That's outside of the top 5, but Grossel, who wasn't here last week, Greg.
He's been very quietly following Ryan B. Oh, there's a big hit down in corner number 4. Driver's side door, too.
Mitch Petta, Kyle Andrus, Brando Green Stiers in the 81 as he will back away and drive off. Because of a significant impact on the driver's side, they'll immediately go to a, oh no,
there's a fire.
Oh, Lordy Jesus, it's a fire.
Fire down in corner 4 of the Mitch Petta 77. That was a significant hit to the door panel, though, of Kyle Andrus. We could, before the red, though, we could see him moving around. He was trying to get the car in gear and pull away, so he's obviously doing okay, but the fire was there. I guess Hot Bubby was really hot tonight.
Super hot. Nice looking car, though.
Yeah.
Much different look than what they had last year.
So the race med crew quickly on the scene to put that one out. And again, another part of the team that is so vital here at Ohsweken Speedway, because when your car's on fire, you want help immediately, and they get there on the scene quick.
Yeah, but now Mitch Petta wants him to go away. Get that hood back on. Fire's out. There's nothing to see here.
Yeah, push truck here on scene to push him back. I'm sure he'd like to go, but we can't risk the fire again.
Having a look at the replay from high above the track. Petta goes around. Kyle Andrus spins to avoid, or Brando Green's tires. No, it's Petta. Brando Green's tires got into the driver's door there of Kyle Andrus. Very limited options at that point.
Out comes kitty litter. I hate kitty litter. I'm the one in the house that ends up having to scoop it.
You have cats at home?
We have one. Oh, we promise we'll clean it all the time.
I never pegged you as a crazy cat lady, Greg, but it makes a lot of sense.
I am not. I'm not a cat person. I gave in to my...
I hate to break it to you, we're not much of a people person either.
I hate to break it to you. If you clean the litter box, you're the crazy cat guy.
If I don't clean it, I'm crazy. The smell ruminates through the house. I've contemplated just scooping it and dumping it in pillows in certain bedrooms just to give them a reminder, but people frown upon that.
You know what? But that would send a message.
White flag being displayed.
Less than 10 laps to go. We already got the halfway signal. I don't recall exactly when, because that's about how my memory works, but I remember seeing it.
We have become too technology dependent, have we not?
I believe it's 9 to go.
Look it up on AI, Spencer. It knows everything.
Doesn't know what Clint looks like on a pool table, I can tell you that much.
Back to the green flag for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks. Bailey pulls away. This is exactly what Ryan Beagle needed, though. See, if he was going to catch Dave Bailey, he needed that caution because he had to come from a long way back, and Bailey was checking out on the field. Now, Kyle Wirt, Zach Bleach right there behind Brewster Baker.
Beagle with Ron Logie to his inside. Ahead of him, it's Zach Bleach in the 108 to Kyle Wirt to his outside. So Dave Bailey, the only driver out there, able to run whatever lane he wants. Everyone else is kind of penned in by the cars around them. George Grossel with a good run around Mike Thorne. He'll mount a challenge on Trevor DeBoer and go fast Teeple on the outside of 1 and 2.
Door to door, Beagle and Bleach. Beagle edges ahead down in corner number 3. Kyle Wirt right in front of him, running in the second spot in a AA discount auto. Number 19, no surprise to see Kyle Wirt being up here and being one of the championship contenders to start off the season. We kind of expected that. Once he comes back full time, we knew he was going to be just as tough as he was when he left.
And Zach Bleach and Ron Logie are a couple of perennial top 4 or 5 drivers, so they're giving Ryan Beagle a good run for his money here.
Good 3-car battle for that third spot. Beagle, Bleach, and Logie.
Out in front, Dave Bailey with about 8 car lengths over the 19 of Kyle Wirt. Wirt looks like he really has his hands full at times on the entry to the corners, and if he misses, the car slides up a long way.
And that's the difference. It's a small difference, but it's the difference. And you watch Dave Bailey, and he's not fighting it at all. It's smooth and steady, as always, in the 49.
Ryan Beagle closing the gap on the 19 of Wirt, but Ron Logie closing the gap on Ryan Beagle in the 84. So should be 5 laps to go, I believe, or less than that.
This time battle will be 2 to go, I believe. Yes. Well, it's Bailey out in front of her. Wirt, Beagle, Logie in 4th. 5th is Bleach. 6th is Trevor DeBoer. Good battle going for the 7th spot between 3 drivers. It's Teeple, Thorne, and Grossel.
Out in front, Dave Bailey's in cruise control. It'll be the Mobile 1. White flag up at turn 4. He's extended that lead over Kyle Wirt.
One more trip around. Dave Bailey trying to gain ground in the championship chase. It's still early, but every point counts.
The battle between Mike Thorne and Go Fast Teeple and George Grossel is amazing deeper in the field. Coming off of turn number 4, Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey going to take the win. Kyle Wirt going to come home second. Third is going to be Ryan Beagle over Ron Logie, Zach Bleach, Trevor DeBoer. Then who's it going to be? Go Fast Teeple. Best's Mike Thorne, George Grossel, Tim Phelan, Casey Huffman, and Brian Passetti.
So Dave Bailey's going to pick up the 2nd win in the row of the season for he and his team and head down to Slacka Lumber Victory Lane. Another big win for Dave Bailey, the all-time winningest driver in the Thunder Stock division. He's going to make it win number 55 for car number 49. And he'll pull down there with Kyle Wirt in 2nd. Ryan Beagle will come home in the 3rd spot. Familiar faces down on the concrete tonight as Lone Wolf Fireworks lights up the sky for our top 3 here tonight, including the winner, Dave Bailey in the Queenston Chevrolet number 49. We're going to head down trackside here in just a moment. There you see Dave Bailey getting the glasses off, the helmet off, ready to climb out of the car and talk to our Clinton Jeffrey another time. That car just simply smooth and steady. And Dave Bailey's getting his 2nd of the year, 55th of his career. The all-time winningest driver comes to Clinton Jeffrey.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Bailey back to Victory Lane. Dave, welcome back, man. A place you know really good. You got to beat this guy beside us to contend for the championship, and these are the nights that count the most.
Yeah, this one means a lot. We were able to beat him on the racetrack that wasn't ideal, slippery, and normally this is the one he spanks us at. So good night to finally beat him on one of these things.
Talk about the track. Different than the first 2 nights?
Yeah, just real slick now tonight, but there's 2 holes, and I just aimed at the holes and used the holes to slow the car down and turn it and took off again, and looks like it worked.
Another solid drive, Dave.
Yeah, thank you.
Just want to mention Jibs. Big sale this weekend. Make sure everybody gets down there for that.
Yeah, it's tomorrow and Sunday, I believe, and yeah, just go down there and lots of deals, and this one last sale for Mark.
Right on. Thanks, Dave. Kyle Wirt, solid run for you, man. Whenever you're up here with these 2 dogs, you got a good thing going.
Yeah, I can't complain. These guys are great to race with, and being up front is a good time.
Awesome work, man.
Yeah, no, perfect. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Good fan base here tonight.
Kyle Wirt, 2nd place tonight. We'll get over here and talk to the big dog, the defending champion. Was he yelling at you, big dog? He teasing you because he beat you tonight? What's the conversation there with Bailey?
Oh, we're just shooting the shit. I just missed it tonight and got some work to do with this car, and it's not quite as good in the slick as the other one, but we'll get it figured out by the end of the year.
All right, good job, big dog. Ryan Beagle will be 3rd, Kyle Wirt 2nd, your winner tonight. Dave Bailey, Brewster Baker gets it done. We've got 2 features to go live here on G-Force TV. Coming up, the Empire Super Sprints are next.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
What in the actual Our company is going bankrupt because of this deal. Buy a Total Wash Cannon Kit and get 3 extra bottles for free. Oh man, this stuff just sprays on, melts the mud, and rinses off with no need to scrub. We even tested it against one of the most popular cleaners out there, and this is what happened. They didn't stand a chance. You know, sooner or later, we're going to have to take this deal down. So if you're on the fence, you're going to want to grab this deal now at the QR code below.
For over 30 years, WG Truck Center has been a place where pride lives in the details. Every weld, every repair, every build. And it's our people that make it matter. The ones who take ownership, who work as a team, and who see the future in every truck that rolls out. It's not just a place to work, it's a place to grow while you build something that lasts. WG Truck Center, built by people who care.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway, 2 features left to go. Up next, the Empire Super Sprints, 25 laps the distance. This is how things will line up. Starting on the pole out of Beachville, Ontario, car number 5, DJ Christian. Alongside of him out of Mount Bridges, Ontario, car number 45, Tricky Nick Sheridan. Starting in the 3rd position out of Thamesford in car number 7, it's Eric Gledhill. Alongside of him going 4th out of Harding, Pennsylvania, driver of car number 79, it's Jordan Thomas. Starting in 5th from Tonawanda, New York, the 7NY is Matt Farnham. Alongside of him, it's Davey Franick out of Wantage, New Jersey in the 28F. Starting in the 7th spot, he's tonight's Dash for Cash winner out of Grand Island, New York. The 21K is Kyle Phillips. And going 8th out of Scotland, Ontario, the 87XS is Skylar Evans. Lining up at 9th from Freelton, Ontario, the 12 Double D is Darren Dryden. And starting in 10th out of St. Matthew de Belleville, Quebec, in the 28 is Jordan Poirier. Lining up 11th out of Scotland, Ontario. He's got 2 wins already this season in the 47X D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook. And going from 12th out of Victoriaville, Quebec, the 21T is Alex Terrien. Going 13th from Stephentown, New York, in car number 90, it's Matt Tanner. In the 14th spot, it's Aaron Turkey out of Ohsweken in the 68. Starting in the 15th spot from Cheektowaga, New York, in car number 94, it's Todd Hoddick, and rolling off 16th. In the 77T out of Ohsweken, it's Tyler Powlis. Lining up 17th out of Tilsonburg, Ontario, the 39 is Corey Turner. And going from 18th out of Beamsville, Ontario, the 88H is Josh Hansen. Lining up 19th from Savannah, New York, in car number 8, it's Dylan Paddock. Lining up 20th from Clay, New York, Joe Trenka in the 98 machine. Going 21st out of Port Colborne, the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. And starting 22nd from Dunnville, car number 15, Ryan Turner. Going 23rd from St. Clotilde de Hortin, Quebec, in the 24 is Jeremy Lafleur. And starting 24th out of Parrish, New York, in the 38, Zach Sabatka. And here are your provisional starters. Going 25th out of Hannibal, New York, in car 66. The 25th spot is Jordan Hutton. And lining up 26th out of Brewerton, New York, car number 87, racing Jason Barney. 26 cars. 25 laps the distance. The Empire Super Sprints ready to go green flag racing at Ohsweken Speedway. First half of the doubleheader weekend tomorrow night down to the Brighton Speedway. Check out their website, BrightonSpeedway.com, and find out how you can be there tomorrow night. A big show there. Great atmosphere, that tight little bull ring. The Empire Super Sprints will be on hand. But we've got business to do here tonight as the field lines up behind the ESS and Strickland's Pace trucks and get ready to go for the big money. 2 youngsters on the front row, the defending Northern Sprint Car Nationals winner, Nick Sheridan. Starting on the outside of that front row, he'll be one of our Bradshaw brothers ones to watch in that 45. The last time we had the outside invaders in town. It was Nick Sheridan that grabbed the win in that beautiful number 45. And another one to watch, well, you have to say it. He's on the inside of that 6th row in the 11th starting spot. He's 2 for 2, but he's got a lot of work to do here tonight, a little different than what he's done in the previous 2 weeks. Is Dylan Westbrook in the 47X. He'll be our other Bradshaw brothers, ones to watch here tonight as the Empire Super Sprints take formation into the 4-wide salute. Next time by, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have you get on your feet and wave these drivers on. And why not get out those cell phones, turn on the flashlight, and send these drivers off as they'll come to salute you. Backstretch, here they come to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here on the front stretch, get on your feet, get your cameras out, and wave these drivers on. They're 4 wide and fancy for you, the fans. This is the Empire Super Sprints. Field will take formation. Strickland pace truck pulls off on the backstretch. Everyone will tuck in line behind the ESS pace truck. And we'll get ready to go green flag racing. Carter, the starter, ready to display the Mobile 1 white flag. Next time by, we'll be going at full song.
I like this song, Greg.
2x2, 13 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. DJ Christie, Nick Sheridan on the front row. The ESS pace truck pulls off on the backstretch. Carter Long with double greens in hand. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show? Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation.
Good start for Nick Sheridan on the high side. DJ Christie settling into the 2nd spot. Jordan Thomas squirts to the inside of Davey Franick. He'll pick up spot number 3.
Close racing right now between those 3 cars. Eric Gledhill, Jordan Thomas, and Davey Franick. And now they've got DJ Christie. Thomas right there in the tail tank of the 5 machine.
DJ Christie going to the inside wall, and that number 5, Nick Sheridan, up on the high side. Jordan Thomas backs out of it. He had a run to the outside. DJ Christie slid up to the wall. Thomas backed out of it, made the move in 1 and 2.
Christie looking low on Jordan Thomas, down in corner number 4 as they work off the corner. Nick Sheridan leads the way in the APC Auto Parts Center, number 45. Thomas holding on to 2nd. Christie there in the 3rd spot. Gledhill and Skylar Evans right now 4th and 5th.
Dylan Westbrook not really able to find much traction just yet. Still out there just outside of the top 10 in the 47X.
1 car way up high. Dylan Paddock off of corner number 4. He'll get it back on track. We'll stay under the green as it's Sheridan, Thomas, and Christie 1, 2, and 3. Evans in the 4th spot. Eric Gledhill has slipped back to the 5th position.
Should say Westbrook just inside of the top 10, unofficially in the 9th spot out there in the 47X. Dylan Westbrook has settled into a groove, but he's only about 2 or 3 laps from catching up to the tail end of this field, and then things are going to get busy.
Grayson Jason Barney will be the first car in line that Nick Sheridan will see. He's side by side right now with Dylan Paddock. Also the Hutton 66 in front of them as Skylar Evans continues his march toward the front. He's up to the 3rd spot. DJ Christie, though, fights back on the inside line.
Evans made a nice pass at Christie. Christie able to cross him over. Skylar Evans going to return the favor off of turn 2.
Off of 4 they work. Leaders are right there. About a half a straightaway away from the lap traffic, and it's going to be thick and busy very quickly for Nick Sheridan and Jordan Thomas. And Jordan Thomas has closed the gap on Sheridan.
One driver on the move, Corey Turner in the 39. How deep in the field did he start, Greg, in that 39 car? He's up behind Davey Franek. Moves to the inside of Franek. Next in line, problems on the front straightaway. Paddock in the number 8 has slowed down the front stretch. That's going to bring out the yellow.
17th starting spot for Corey Turner. Paddock's had some problems here for a couple of laps in a row. He went high in 3 and 4 and got up on the flat. And then coming down the front stretch this time in the 8 machine will bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag. As he comes to a stop down in corner number 1. Looks like he maybe just looking for a push here. The Kenny U-Pull push truck team on the scene to get him fired back up and going again, with Nick Sheridan leading the way over Jordan Thomas in second. Then you've got DJ Christie running in the 3rd spot. Skylar Evans runs 4th, and 5th is Eric Gledhill. 6 through 10 is Darren Dryden. You've got Jordan Poirier in the 7th spot. 8th is Alex Terrian. 9th is Dylan Westbrook, and 10th is Davey Franek. So Corey Turner has worked up to 11th from the 17th starting spot. So he's definitely having some good runs here to start this 2026 season.
He definitely is, and watching this yellow flag period and all these drivers get in line makes me think of Danny Johnson. If the doctor knew that timing and scoring was malfunction, he would have already passed 5 cars under yellow. Am I wrong?
You're right.
Guys, I don't want to jinx it, but we have had timing and scoring up since the start of this race. So you guys aren't seeing it on your monitor, but we are registering it officially right now. Touch wood.
No, we believe you, Clinton, and the drivers are minding their manners.
I asked them to turn on the scoreboard. They said, look, we're not turning anything else on. We just got to get through these 2 races.
Yep.
A big shout out to our team, as you guys mentioned. They're going through a heck of a night, but they're pulling it off here. What a great night it's been so far. Still got a race to go, boys.
Dave Hunsinger just walked out of the officials' room and said, I am getting 2 large poutines on the way home. He's a stress eater, Greg.
Guilty. Me too. In fact, I'm so stressed I need another ice cream.
Right? Nick Sheridan on the inside in the 45. Jordan Thomas on the outside in the 79. Lots of local flavor here at the front of this one.
Back to the WG Truck Center restart zone. Nick Sheridan, Jordan Thomas bring us back to the green flag into the Cedar Springs starter stand.
Things got jumbled up a little bit through the middle of the pack. They got themselves sorted out and headed in the right direction. Out in front, though, Sheridan leads over Jordan Thomas, DJ Christie in the 3rd spot. Jordan Poirier starting to flex some muscle. He's up to 4th. Darren Dryden 5th.
Jordan Thomas looks low on Sheridan. Down off of corner number 4. They drop across the line another time. It's Sheridan continuing to lead over Thomas. Thomas digging deep on the bottom side, but Sheridan's able to keep that momentum going up on the high side. We've got one in trouble up in corner number 4 that will bring out the Dixieland Grill caution flag once again.
Jacob Dykstra sits stopped on the outside of turn 4, guys. Looks like he's just going to need a push here.
Well, we haven't been able to get in a Case IH track report tonight, Clint, but that's a good thing that we haven't had to talk about the track because it's been so smooth, so good. And there's been a couple of little dips here and there that have upset the car, but like Dave Bailey even said, it worked to his advantage.
Well, guys, down here in turn 3 and 4, it was dusty on the outside. But look, they have blown the dust right off to the top here, and we've got what we call the shine. When you see it start to shine off the lights, that knows these Hoosier tires have polished this clay down into a perfect spot. And it's slick. It's still got some bite in it, but it is very smooth tonight, and that's what these guys need out here. And it is tough for the outsiders to race with our Ohsweken guys. This track is it's kind of unique, and the more time you spend on it, the better you'll be, as shown how well our guys are doing here with the ESS Tour regulars tonight.
Greg, do you sometimes get the feeling that the lights at the Speedway are more set for Clinton Jeffrey than for the car. Like, he gets in the camera, right? It's lights, camera, action. The spotlight is on. He looks perfect.
He knows what he's doing.
I don't know what you want, but I'll take the compliments.
No, you're well lit.
Well, if my kid doesn't make me look good, he's grounded with no allowance for a week.
It's a family affair. Jacob Dykstra goes back into the pit area. In that 5D, white flag is given, so next time by we'll go back to green. Nick Sheridan, Jordan Thomas still on the front row. Now we've got DJ Christie in the 5, Jordan Poirier in the 28 making up row number 2.
We're going to stay under the yellow. I think they're waiting to see if Jacob Dykstra went to the hot pit or went back to his trailer.
Rival race directors over in the next room, John Tiff and Dave Hunsinger, they're basically like bulls. They're rubbing their feet on the ground, waiting to lock horns like a couple of rams.
You painted the picture so well in my mind.
I tried.
We get reports Jacob Dykstra out of the car, so won't be working on it, boys. We're getting ready to go back to it.
See the white flag again this time by. You could give it to us, Spencer. Spencer asked for a lap count. 11 laps complete.
I don't know how many times I got to tell him there's one to go. That's twice in this yellow.
So we'll head back to the WG Truck Center restart zone. Nick Sheridan, Jordan Thomas once again, the front row on this restart. 14 laps left to go in this one. And look at Jordan Poirier. He wants in on this.
Poirier pointed the nose of that 28 right between the 79 and the 45. There was nothing there for him. In fact, DJ Christie going to assert himself off the exit of turn number 2. No change at the front of the field.
And there is so much going on through this field. When you have this many great drivers in a 26-car starting field, there's something to watch all the way around the track.
How about Aaron Turkey in the 68? Just went around Terrian, working that high side in the white and orange number 68. Trying to close in on Eric Gledhill in the number 7 and Corey Turner in the 39.
As much as we've talked about Corey Turner moving forward, Kyle Phillips, the winner of the Dash, is not having the same success. He's starting to drop back towards the back of the pack, struggling with that 21.
Nick Sheridan extending his advantage over Jordan Thomas in the 79. Thomas with the same advantage over Jordan Poirier and DJ Christie. They race side by side for the 3rd spot off of turn 4.
Dylan Westbrook, of course, looking to make it 3 for 3 to start this season, but right now he's outside of the top 5, and that's kind of what we saw last year with the special events. The Empire Super Sprints win last year went to Nick Sheridan, and it was Darren Dryden that won the Great Lakes Super Sprints event last year. So for Dylan Westbrook, for whatever reason, when the Tours are in town, hasn't been able to pull off the wins.
Corey Turner throws a slide job on Westbrook down into turn 1. Takes the spot in turn 2. Turner will set his sights on Skylar Evans now. And Darren Dryden in the 12. Matt Farnham peels off into the pits in that 7 machine.
Nick Sheridan continuing to lead the way over Jordan Thomas. Jordan Poirier sitting there in the 3rd spot, and it's DJ Christie 4th. And the battle for 5th is Skylar Evans and Darren Dryden having a good fight. And the man that we continue to talk about is drawn in on these two. It's Corey Turner, and he's catching both Dryden and Evans.
And Turner has really changed up his lines. He has worked all over the racetrack. But boy, the inside is really hot for him. He's going to drive to the inside of Darren Dryden here in 1 and 2. And watch the drive he's able to get off corner exit.
Sheridan crosses the line another time. Thomas in the 2nd spot over Poirier, Christie, and now Corey Turner in the top 5.
Sheridan catches the back of the field. Now he's going to be working through traffic, and this assists Jordan Thomas in closing the gap on our race leader.
I believe it's 4 laps left to go, so 21 in the books for Nick Sheridan, and he's caught traffic again. So if Jordan Thomas is going to make the rally here, this might be the chance.
And as he got to the slower traffic, Sheridan doesn't look like he has a clear path to get around it. Dives to the inside of the first slower car. Jordan Thomas definitely closed in a little bit on the race leader that time.
We have 2 to go this time by for Nick Sheridan. Jordan Thomas is right there. They've got Dylan Paddock right between them. Nope, not that time. 2 this time.
3 to go that time as Sheridan is hung up on the inside of Jason Barney. He'll make that move, puts 2 cars between himself and Jordan Thomas. 2 laps to go this time.
2 to go, says Carter, the starter, up on the stand. As Nick Sheridan continues to weave his way, and Jordan Thomas has gotten bottled up in this lap traffic.
Look at Corey Turner. He's moving in on the second spot. White flag going to fly. The Mobile 1 white flag as Corey Turner takes the second spot from Jordan Thomas off of 4.
What an unbelievable drive for the driver out of Tillsonburg, Ontario. Thomas is back to his inside. Through 3 and 4 comes Nick Sheridan for the second year in a row. He's going to win the Empire Super Sprints A-Main at Ohsweken.
Second place going to go to Corey Turner and Jordan Thomas. Third, Poirier fourth. DJ Christie fifth. What a drive for Corey Turner. And what a welcome back to victory lane for Nick Sheridan, the driver of that 45.
Wow. I was watching Nick Sheridan thread through the lap traffic, and you called it Corey Turner there challenging.
Oh. DJ Christie just buzzed Jordan Poirier down the front stretch. I don't know if I was looking at the flashing yellow light or if sparks came off.
So Nick Sheridan will drive it down to Slack Lumber victory lane. Corey Turner will finish in the second spot, and Jordan Thomas out of Harding, Pennsylvania is going to come home in the third position. Last time we saw this guy in victory lane at the Big O, it was the biggest race of the year, the Northern Sprint Car Nationals.
And with no scoring in place, no scoreboard, Corey Turner probably didn't even know what position he was passing for.
Yeah. What a run. 17th to second.
When Nick Sheridan gets the helmet off, he'll get the Hans device out of the way. Takes a moment to collect himself, and as you mentioned last time he was back here, it was for $30,000. Pick up close to 3,000 Canadian here tonight for this win. 2,000 US on the docket. Fireworks go off, courtesy of Lone Wolf. Nick Sheridan about to get out of the Tricky Nicky 45. Here he comes out of the car. He'll get that epic racewear checkered flag. He's already got the Hoosier hat neckband. Here he goes, Tricky Nicky to salute you for that win. Nick, let's talk about that run here tonight. Anytime the ESS come to town and you can beat them is a darn good thing. Maybe you need the outsiders in to get this 45 where you need it to be. Last couple times they've been here, you've dominated.
Yeah, this is a dang special event, Clint. These guys bring a lot of good competition. It was a tough race. I really didn't think I had the car going into the feature, to be honest. I seen how slick it got, and I wish I changed some more things than I did. We kind of ran out of time, but a few laps in, I just trunked the wing and changed some cockpit dials and moved some shocks around because we can do that with the ZSS guys. So I got the car a lot better, and I was kind of stuck to my line. Those lap cars were kind of holding me up a little bit, but it was just, I Went great, man. Got to thank everyone that helps out this program. Glenn with GSR and his engines and chassis, he helps out a lot, and all of our other amazing sponsors, Pride Seeds, Vibrant Farms. Thank you, Glenn. But Neely Auto's on this year, the new APC Auto Parts Centers. Reynolds Truck and SRP shocks were dialed tonight. We changed a couple right before the feature, and got this thing stuck up pretty good.
Right on, Nicky. Congrats.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Nick Sheridan grabs the win here tonight. We'll get over and talk to Corey Turner. Corey, good drive here, 17th to 2nd. That's a hell of a night here. You know what? Talk about your drive for us.
Yeah, my dad, Sean Donath, my whole crew, everybody that's part of this deal, we were not good when we unloaded. We went 9th quick and just buried ourselves in that heat race. But we didn't get down on ourselves. We kept working, and the track went just the way we like it. No cushion, slick, run through the middle, and even when I drove for Burger Barn, we're always good on these tracks here. I can't thank my crew enough, my sponsors. I got to give a shout out to Jason Beamer. He's the best sponsor I have that doesn't pay. So I got to say hi to Roland Kober, David at Mobile One, John at Lone Wolf, Trevor at Village Gas and Variety. If ever up east near Shannonville, make sure you stop in there, see him. Can't say enough about this team, these partners. They just never give up, and hopefully we can get one here next week.
Looking good, Corey. Corey Turner will be 2nd. We're going to wreck all these photos and get over here and talk to Jordan Thomas. Jordan, welcome back to Ohsweken. You're in this battle. Our guys can be tough, though. Talk about your night for us.
Yeah, the Ohsweken locals are definitely putting it to us the past couple of years, and they definitely gotten a lot better over the years. And used to be fun coming up here, but not so fun anymore when all these locals are kicking our butt. But yeah, just really turning our program around. Motor issues at the beginning of the year. Now we got that all straightened out, and we were hoping that we'd get a nationals similar track, and the track crew did a great job to provide that for the outsiders to get prepped for that. So we're really looking forward to that, and just thank Glenn and his whole crew for putting on a fabulous facility and letting us ESS guys come and race. We really enjoy it. We don't get many facilities like this.
Thanks, Jordan. Good run. Jordan Thomas will be 3rd and 2nd. Corey Turner, you winner tonight. Tricky Nicky gets it done. We'll be right back live. One feature to go here from the Big O.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Exciting news. Our Drive to Attract Talent campaign is revving up. We're tapping into the passion of auto enthusiasts to build a powerhouse team of forklift technicians. If you're into turning wrenches, solving challenges, and optimizing machinery, this is for you. Join us in bridging the gap between the auto and material handling worlds.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the world of outlaws.
The greatest show on dirt.
Crossing the border to Ohsweken Speedway, July 21st and 22nd.
This bundle deal is going viral. It's a wash system that is completely touchless on mud and clay. You just spray it on, watch it dissolve the mud and grime, and then rinse it off. It worked really fast, but I still wanted to put it to the test. So I put it head-to-head against a name brand wash, and the results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can't she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. Keep a juice box cold? Can do. I'm out of here.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway with one more feature to go here on G-Force TV. Greg Kellman, Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey trackside as we get ready for the Instant Installation Mini Stock feature event. What a feature that was. What a run by Corey Turner. With the struggle he had, over the last year or so, he's really turned up the wick here in 2026.
Yeah, it's exciting to see. You know, we've got so many talented race car drivers, and sometimes they don't go dormant, but you go through periods of time, not a bad night, but you go through months where you're just not a front runner.
Right.
You're figuring your stuff out.
So victory lane all cleared and ready to go, and here's how they will line up for the Insta-Installation mini stocks in their 15-lap feature. On the pole, the 66 is John Jansen's. To his outside, the 64 of Nick Erskine out of Brantford. Lining up third from St. George is Alexander Klotz in the 26. The 17 of Alex Riley from St. Catharines starts in fourth. Starting in the fifth position from Guelph, it's Jason Tolton in the 1. Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville in the 23 goes sixth. Seventh is Ken Hare. He's from Niagara Falls in the 5K. And Ryan Farrington, the 99R out of Waterford, lines up eighth. Ninth will be Jeff Elsliger. He's from Linden in the 11J. And Nathan Joyner from Smithville in the 20J starts 10th. 11th is Joe Stevenson from St. Catharines in the 25. And Chase Mitchell in the 24R. He's from Ancaster. He'll go in the 12th spot. 13th is Tristan De Silva. He's in the 01 from Waterdown. John Lubeck out of Port Colborne, the 14L, starts 14th. Craig Cole out of Beachville in the 55 goes 15th. 16th is Christopher French in the 54. He's from Stratford. Spencer Riddell in the 17K from Caledonia starts in 17th, with Doug Erskine, the 44 from Brantford, going 18th. 19th is Graydon Lyons from Cambridge in the 32L. And 20th, Wade Thorne from Waterford in the 46. Mark Thorne goes in the 21st starting spot. He's from Waterford in car number 4. And Mike Serentakos in the 6X. He's from Smithville. He'll roll off 22nd. Wayne Fleet's Stephen Boverhoff, the 00, starts 23rd. 24th is Mason Anderson in the X. He's from St. Catharines. Randy Alway from St. Anne's in the 34 goes 25th. 26th, Connor Chambers from Welland in the 9C. Nick Bowman starts 27th. He's from St. Catharines in the 215. And Tim DeBoer, the track champion from 1 year ago in car number 9, scheduled to go from the 28th spot.
Yeah, don't see him out there. Yeah, it looks like 27 cars on the track.
He finished 4th in his qualifying heat, so what happened? Started 6th, moved up to 4th. Was put to the back for some reason. And now is not out on the track, so interesting.
That'll be a tough hit in the points. We've got to remember, happy birthday, Phoenix. It's the same name on both sides of Nick Erskine's car this week.
It makes it easier.
A little bit.
Send out all my well wishes to our Montreal Canadian friends tonight.
Is the party over?
Oui.
I shouldn't laugh.
Or should we say au revoir? I'm sorry, but I have, growing up, I always said I have two favorite teams, the Leafs and whoever's playing the Habs. I don't pay attention to hockey like I used to at all, but it still feels good to see them lose.
Hey, that's fair. That's the thing with racing. So this race here, we've got 27 cars going to take the green flag. Only one of them is going to win. So you can cheer for someone to win, and that's healthy. But it's also nice to have someone to cheer against.
Yes.
Because they're one of the one of the 26 cars that doesn't win, you also feel good.
Exactly. Exactly. Who was someone when you were young you didn't want to see win?
Danny Johnson.
Mine was Brett Hearn.
Yeah, and I could see that. There were a lot of people like that.
And I had nothing against Brett Hearn. It was just you got sick of him winning all the time, right? It was.
I didn't like that Danny did dirty things.
Yeah.
And they were. I mean, he's a gifted race car driver.
Yep. But man, the night he won in Gary Tompkins' car, Rolling Wheels, This is the only night I ever cheered for from the back. Green flag out, our final feature of the night. 15 laps for the Insta Insulation Mini Stock Division.
Down through 1 and 2. Riley looking to the inside. Nick Erskine looking to the outside. Jansen's, though, through the middle of the racetrack. Trying to hang on to the lead of this one. Jansen the lead, lap number 1.
Another division where there's so much to watch every lap, so many good cars deep in the field. That 55 car last week of Craig Cole was strong, and now he's starting mid-pack, so no doubt we'll see that machine work its way through the field.
Alexander Klotz looking for a bit of room up there, racing among the top 3. Nick Erskine going to pull around the outside of him. Now Erskine going to try the middle of the racetrack as Alex Riley out in front with just about a car length over Jansen in the 66.
Riley leading the way, driving that Matt Kenseth paint scheme on that 17.
Oh, Joyner in the 20. Jay, big damage on the right front of that as he makes contact with Jason Tolton. He rolls slowly through turn number 2. Obviously can feel that something is amiss. I believe he's going to turn that car down to the infield, get out of harm's way.
The thing he was even able to turn that car going into corner number 1. That's the fear that you get down there and drive straight up into somebody. But
right,
good job by Nathan Joyner to get it to the infield. Good battle at the front right now. Man, I'm becoming very impressed by young Alexander Klotz right now, hanging with some veterans of this division. John Jansen's took some time off but has come back and hasn't missed a beat in that 66. Alex Riley, we know how good he is. Dusty DeBoer, former champion. Ken Hare, Art Hill Memorial winner, and there's young Alexander Klotz right in the thick of it.
He definitely is. Nick Erskine in that group as well. It's a 6-car battle at the front. A little bit of gap back to Jeff Elsliger in the 11. Alex Riley inching ahead every lap, picking up maybe a couple of car lengths a lap, Greg.
That he is. So smooth is the driver of the 17. Klotz swings out just a little wider off the corner. That allows Jansen to get a run on him on the outside line. They'll continue door to door down in 1.
Klotz goes back to the inside, but that car just won't stay down low. It's pushing up the racetrack. Still making good speed, though, with it.
Good look there from the Old Hickory Buildings Canada drone shot as Ken Hare, last week's winner.
Jansen's clobbered the wall off of turn 4.
Still going strong, though, running the bottom side. Klotz will get around.
He didn't hit it a little bit. He creamed that outside wall.
We'll have a look at that car as he comes by this time. Dusty DeBoer right there to the inside of the 66.
Ken Hare looking to the inside of DeBoer. Klotz is cleared for the second spot. He'll try to close in on Alex Riley.
Off the corner works Riley another time. 5 laps left to go, says Carter Long, atop the Cedar Springs starter stand.
Yeah, Riley out to a comfortable advantage. Klotz doesn't look like he's able to close that gap, but running a very impressive second place. DeBoer working the inside on Jansen's that battle for the 3rd spot.
Lots of racing action going on all around the track. Further at the back, you've got Riddell and Stevenson, Doug Erskine, Christopher French having a good battle.
Mason Anderson rolls up to the top of the racetrack slowly on the outside of turn 4. Looks like he's going to try to keep on going, work his way around.
Mason Anderson slow on the front stretch up against the wall. I believe that's the former Nico Hansen ride.
2 laps to go for Alex Riley as he continues to extend that lead out in front, running right around the bottom of the racetrack. Alexander Klotz in the second spot, but we continue to have a great battle for third. DeBoer on the inside, Jansen up on the outside.
Mobile 1 white flag is out. This is the type of run you expect Alex Riley to have more often because he's this good, so strong, well-prepared machine. Just seems like some nights he finds misfortune, but not tonight. He has been dominant as he works it through 3 and 4 for the final time.
Riley comes off a turn number 4. Twin checkers in the air. Riley going to take the win. Second place going to go to Alexander Klotz. Jansen again. Just about knocked down the wall, but hangs on for third. DeBoer fourth. Ken Hare rounds out the top 5.
So Alex Riley will take that number 17 down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane for his first win of 2026. Of course, the mini stocks were off on week 1, so this is just our second feature of the year. Last week was Ken Hare. This week it's that man, Alex Riley. We'll pull down and talk to our Clinton Jeffrey.
Just when we need a good, clean feature to try to close off another successful Friday night, that's what the mini stocks deliver.
Alex Riley, career win number 9, moves him into a tie with Kyle Wirt. Moving towards the top, but still a ways down the all-time win list. He's getting them. And he's excited in the car. We'll send it down to Slack Lumber Victory Lane as Lone Wolf Fireworks lights up the sky for the final time tonight.
Thanks, Craig. Alex Riley down here will drop the window net. He'll grab the Epic Racewear towel, the Epic Racewear flag, and the trophy, and greet you with a roof dance and a little bit of heat. Fire off the night. Alex, solid drive here tonight. This is where you kind of expect to be when you tow in here every Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely are hoping to have a good season, and I think this is definitely a good start that we've had. I love these kinds of tracks. I love when it's dry, slick. I think it really pulls out the driver. So I love racing like this, and hey, here we are.
Solid drive, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, I just got to shout out my buddy Lucas. He's been here for a year. He's been coming to support us for like the last year, and this is his first time he's actually been here for a win. So shout out to him.
Right on. Alex Riley grabs the win. Alexander Klotz over there for a handshake with winner. Alex, what a drive for you, man. You got to feel good. You've been chipping at this for a couple years now, and you're finally getting some results.
Yeah, I can't thank anyone in the pits. My mom, my dad, Mike Gilmore, Karen, my brother, my sister. They've been amazing through last year and this year in the go-karts. And a special thanks to Case IH, O'Neill's, Ken's Auto, Grindstone Landscaping, Klotz Auto, TWR Karting, and all these fans that stayed out to watch our race.
All right, awesome. Alexander Klotz will finish second. John Jansen's back to it. John, what a drive for you. Welcome back. You know, you got to feel like you're getting back to where you used to be, right?
It's been an awful long time since I've been up here on the podium, but before COVID, so I'm absolutely thrilled with this result.
Solid drive. Third for John Jansen's Alexander Klotz second, and Alex Riley picks up the win. Guys, take us home. What a night it's been.
Great night of racing action, and we'll do it all again next Friday night. On behalf of the Stiers family, all our staff, crew, and officials, and on behalf of Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey, I'm Greg Kellman saying so long. We'll see you next week here on G-Force TV.